And now, Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
And good morning. We are happy to see you once again. Today is a Wednesday. We are the Preston and Steve Show, and the weather forecast for today, looking like another beautiful day. 81 degrees is our high temperature, and we should have pretty much just sunshine all day long. Tomorrow, even warmer, high 88 and partly cloudy skies. We change a little bit on Friday, high of 70, partly cloudy, still a beautiful day. And then it's after all this, it's going to feel almost chilly on Saturday and Sunday because our high temperatures will be in the low 60s. We do have a chance of some passing rain over the course of the weekend. We'll keep an eye on it. Right now, a look at traffic. Let's see what's up this morning. What you got for us, Kath?
We've got a Tacony-Palmyra Bridge opening scheduled for 6:15 this morning. We had a Burlington-Bristol Bridge opening earlier, but this time Tacony will go up about 6:15, they're saying. 95, Schuylkill, the Blue Route, they're moving along nicely. No problems in New Jersey. 295, 42, and 55 are clear. Mass transit is on time. This traffic report brought to you by Macy's. Macy's Centerton Square is now open. Stop by for fun events and check out top designers in the all-new Macy's Centerton Square. New space, new vibe. More at Macy's.com/new stores. And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
And now, Preston and Steve's news update with Kathy Romano.
And today is Wednesday. It is May 1st. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning. In the news this morning, a 15-year-old girl is in police custody after being suspected of stabbing her grandmother to death in West Philadelphia. It happened at 2 a.m. this morning in the 300 block of Cobbs Creek Parkway. The victim is a 67-year-old woman who is the teen's guardian. Authorities say this was a violent domestic situation and that the teen called 911 to have police come to the home. The teenager is now being questioned by police. The grandmother was pronounced dead at the scene. Her identity has not yet been released. Philadelphia Police Central Detectives Division is seeking the public's help to identify suspects that sold $40,000 in jewelry in Center City. Police say on April 23rd at 3:45 in the afternoon, the victim was changing a flat tire on the 100 block of South 9th Street when a man took a backpack from his car. Another man pressed a hard object against the victim's face, preventing him from chasing the suspect. Police released surveillance snapshots of the suspects around the time of the incident, which show at least two women who were traveling together with the male suspect. The stolen backpack contained approximately $40,000 in jewelry.
Wow.
The suspects were traveling in a light-colored Honda Odyssey with Pennsylvania tags that did not belong to the vehicle.
You could avoid all this if you just purchased online the Kathy Romano collection.
Right, exactly, Steve.
Totally.
I know. I don't know why people
I don't know why. It's
carrying
the
this
safer option.
backpacks.
They are.
If you see these suspects, do not approach. Call 911 immediately. To submit a tip, you can call or text 215-686-TIPS. All tips are confidential. An iconic South Street cheesesteak shop in Philadelphia is set to reopen this afternoon. Almost 2 years after a fire-gutted Jim Steaks, the restaurant is back and ready for the first cheesesteak to pass through the newly rebuilt window.
Nice.
At approximately 4 o'clock this afternoon, the doors will open and the wafting smell of steaks and onions will fill the corner of 4th and South Streets once again. Jim's is not only rising from ashes and heartbreak, they are also expanded and breathing new life into another Philly institution as part of the new chapter. So flames ripped through the nearly 50-year-old cheesesteak shop in July of 2022. Next door, Isaiah Zagar's Eyes Gallery was also destroyed. He's the artist behind the city's famous Magic Gardens. Ken Silver, the owner of Jim's Steaks, bought that building, and now the new look will include the iconic black and white tiles as well as Zagar's colorful, shiny mosaics.
Very cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Jim's, that's my favorite place. When people come in from out of town, they want a cheesesteak, that's where I like to take them to. It's a full experience, you know, but I like the way their sandwiches taste. But I'm happy that they have expanded it because it was a bit tight in there.
That's actually what kept me away often because it'd be just too much. It was too crowded.
So where Zagar's is, and it's that those mosaics, it's really shiny, so they've kept it like that, or they rebuilt it like that, and you can sit in there and eat.
Cool. Love it.
And then there's also a mosaic outside to honor both of the businesses, which is really nice. Most of Jim's original staff is also back. In sports this morning.
Ball sacks are yummy.
Ball sacks are yummy.
The f*** is that?
The Sixers are still alive. Last night at Madison Square Garden, Tyrese Maxey led the Sixers to a 112-106 overtime win over the New York Knicks. The series now moves back to South Philly for Game 6 tomorrow night. Maxey saved the team from elimination with 7 points in the final 25 seconds of regulation and finished with 46 points in Game 5. The Sixers trailed by 6 points with 28 seconds left in regulation before Maxey started the comeback to send the game to overtime. The All-Star guard converted a 4-point play with 25 seconds remaining to cut it to 2, and after Josh Hart's free throw pulled it up from 35 feet to tie it at 97 with 8.1 seconds left. Joel Embiid finished with 19 points, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists. Game 6 will be tomorrow night at the Wells Fargo Center at 9 o'clock. In the other NBA playoff games, the Cavaliers beat the Orlando Magic 104-103 in Cleveland. The Cavs lead the series 3-2, and Game 6 is in Orlando on Friday night. In Milwaukee, the Bucks stayed alive with a 115-92 win over the Indiana Pacers in Game 5. In that series, the Pacers are up 3-2, and Game 6 is tomorrow night in Indiana. The Phillies also won, beating the Angels 7-5 last night. Johan Rojas hit a tie-breaking 2-run home run in the 9th inning, moments after Nick Castellanos' tying shot leading the Phils to the win. Trailing 5-4 with 1 out and nobody on base in the 9th, the Phils avoided back-to-back losses with 3 extra base hits on 5 pitches from Angels closer Carlos Estevez. After Castellanos hit a solo shot, Bryson Stott doubled and scored on Rojas' first homer of the season. The series wraps up this afternoon. Zach Wheeler will get the start at 4:07. And in the NHL, the Toronto Maple Leafs beat the Bruins 2-1 in overtime to avoid elimination. Game 6 is back in Toronto tomorrow night. The Carolina Hurricanes finished off the New York Islanders, winning 6-3 in Raleigh and taking that series in 5 games. In the Western Conference, the Colorado Avalanche are advancing to the second round after beating the Jets 6-3 in Winnipeg, and the Nashville Predators were able to avoid elimination by beating the Canucks 2-1 in Vancouver. Game 6 is in Nashville on Friday night. And that's what I have for you this morning.
All right, thank you, Kathy, in honor of the Sixers pulling it out last night, and Tyrese just saving the day.
Saving the day, yeah, in glorious fashion.
Let's keep all good things happening. Let's give away some money today. Let's talk to some people. Let's do what we do every day.
Yeah, but package it in a way that makes you think it's exciting.
Totally,
and new.
exactly. Well, we do have something somewhat new.
We do.
We are starting something fresh this morning, and it's the return of an event that we love to participate in. It's what we like to call Preston and Steve's Coolest Teacher of the Year. Yeah. So, if you are new to our program, this is something we've been doing for over a decade now, but during that ramp-up time to summer and the end of school, we like to just highlight some teachers that have stood out in the eyes of the students, and we do high schools, and it's a real simple thing. We draw a random school because we can't do all of them. It would just be too much work to try and pull it off. So we randomly pull out a school. We give 24 hours for that school to vote and let us know who the coolest teacher of the year has been so far. And then we give them a gift for just being, somebody who's influential and helping out kids in a positive way.
How often when we're out at events do you encounter teachers that listen to us all the time? Yeah. Emails from teachers. It's a strong part of the audience. It's a great way to say thank you.
Most definitely. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw a name. And then we're going to give that school 24 hours to go to PrestonandSteve.com and vote. And then we will announce tomorrow morning. Then we'll pick another school. And like I said, there's a prize. And I'll tell you what that is in a second. But I'm going to reach into the bowl. I'll do the first one today. And then we'll pass it's not a bowl, actually. It's a giant mason jar. We will pass the jar around the room. And everybody gets a shot to draw a school. So I have a piece of paper with a name on it. We are headed to New Jersey. And the first school this year is Gateway Regional High School.
Yay! Gateway.
Yep, so Gateway Regional High School in Woodbury Heights, New Jersey. We are putting it to you to vote over the next 24 hours of who the coolest teacher of the year is. So we have changed it. We used to have you text in. It overloads our text board. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to send you to PrestonandSteve.com. And then you vote through there. There's a link. You'll see it. It's easy. It's a big dumb button. You click on it and you vote for your coolest teacher. The winner tomorrow morning is going to get, of course, the official Preston and Steve Coolest Teacher of the Year coffee mug. That's all we used to give away.
Yeah.
Which we thought was just a nice little memento.
It's been upgraded.
We've added to that. We're going to give you a $50 Dunkin' gift card and a $50 Visa gift card, and that's from College Ave plus you get the bragging rights of the whole thing. So it's a pretty sweet deal. So we thank College Ave for being a sponsor and Duncan on top of that. So once again, it is Gateway Regional High School in Woodbury Heights, New Jersey. If you go to school there, if you are a parent or if you know someone who goes to school there, let the school know that they have been chosen, and maybe they can put it in their morning announcements, pass along to the kids. But the only thing you have to tell them is they need to go to PrestonandSteve.com
That's
to
it.
vote.
To make it a lot easier. And by the way, you can campaign all you want.
Yes. You're a teacher?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Without question. Go for it. So there you go. It's underway. It has begun. We are going to take a quick break. You know what this always makes me think of, too, is once we start Coolest Teacher of the Year, we are right on the heels of Keenan's and the live broadcast. That these two things kind of go hand in hand. They settle up next to each other. So next thing you know, we're going to be in North Wildwood for that event. All right, we're going to take a break. Come back in a second. The Entertainment Report, Super Question, those things are on the way. And, of course, we're going live on Fox. Good day today. We have a secret text word. Hold the phone.
What?
I haven't even mentioned that yet. We have what?
We didn't do a secret text word yet.
Well, we'll come right back with that information in a moment, so make sure you stay with us.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Question, which Italian city is considered the birthplace of gelato? 215-263 WMMR, and we will go to Elizabeth. Hey, Elizabeth.
Good morning.
Good morning. Elizabeth, what city is considered the birthplace of gelato, please?
Would it be Florence?
Florence, Italy. You got it. Hang on, Elizabeth. We're gonna give you a float session, Halcyon Floats. You can give Mom the ultimate gift of relaxation this Mother's Day with a float session from Halcyon Floats, Philadelphia's premier float center, and she can float her stress and pains away with the deepest level of inner peace and relaxation there is. HalcyonFloats.com. Relax, recover, reset.
So I have to reveal something about gelato. I believe for the longest time I had been having inferior gelato. And then I actually had real gelato. And now I get gelato.
Dude, it's rich.
I think gelato is something that you have to have in Italy. Like if you have it here, it might be good, but it's nothing like it is over there.
I had it in Budapest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is just like it.
Just like Italy.
All right, so I have some stories. Rumors have been stirring that Dwayne Johnson has been coming to work late while shooting Red One. But there's more being thrown in. Amazon has quickly come out to say that the buzz is BS. They doubled down, adding any reporting that implies that we got to this point with him showing up 7 to 8 hours late is both ridiculous and false.
So who's left with the task of informing him that he's showing up late?
Yeah. Well, actually, someone decided to bring up also the fact that The Rock and Ryan Reynolds had a tiff while shooting Red Notice because supposedly Johnson was late, and it turns out that Reynolds only pulled him aside and asked him to be mindful of time. They were shooting during COVID, and there were strict rules in place considering the pair are in production for Red Notice 2, and now all is well. So I guess Ryan Reynolds can pull him aside and say, hey, let's just respect everybody's time.
Dickhead.
Pussy.
Yeah.
So
I'll kick your effing ass.
The Kim Kardashian, Odell Beckham Jr. romance is apparently already over.
No!
Yes. The last month, the pair were keeping close to each other.
Nothing is over!
At the Vanity Fair.
Nothing!
He's upset.
I'm upset!
The Vanity Fair Oscar party, and they left together. While there was no heavy PDA, the couple was cute, apparently.
We're very cute!
Yes.
What does that mean, we're cute?
You're better than that!
No, they were cute. So while Kim and the NFL player were first linked last September, they kept it casual. And now source says that it fizzled out. Sources said earlier on that OBJ and the Skims founder weren't in a rush to get serious.
Does she need, other than for, sexual purposes, does she really
need a guy?
Does a dude?
No. But, I'm sure she wants to find a companion, somebody to fall in love with.
Get a dog.
And do their nails together and stuff like that. So I don't really know. But, but listen, it's what people talk about. All right, the 25-year-old General Hospital actress who was charged with a DUI in April 2023 after a wrong-way crash on a Los Angeles freeway is set to be sentenced in July. Haley Poulos is serving time for her 2023 DUI.
No, this was a disaster.
Yeah, on Monday, exactly 1 year after her arrest on April 29, 2023, she surrendered to 90 days in Pasadena jail. The 25-year-old actress pleaded no contest to the charges from the hit and run, followed by a wrong-way crash on a Los Angeles freeway that resulted in bodily injury and property damage. She is set to be sentenced, like I said, July 29th. In addition to 90 days in jail, she must serve 5 years probation, 200 hours of community service, and pay $8,260 in restitution to Courtney Wilder, the other driver involved in the crash. Shortly after that crash, she was found by law enforcement still in her car and unable to get out. They had to use the jaws of life.
Yeah, she was in there good.
To extract her from the vehicle, and she was later taken to a local hospital for treatment. Wilder, the other driver involved, was also hospitalized with some major injuries. I don't know the extent of those injuries or what the details are.
Yeah, she screwed up big time. She didn't do one drink, one water, one drink, one water.
What a shame.
That's the best way to drink and drive.
Yeah.
Right? I think
One drink, one water.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's what they recommend.
The experts will tell you that.
Melissa McCarthy apparently looks great right now. She posted a carousel of pictures on Instagram showing off her man and her slimmed down figure. And a legend entered the chat, but things went south quickly. Barbara Streisand posted in the comments, "Give him my regards, and did you take Ozempic?"
In the comments section?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of weird.
You can text her?
Well, hang on. She ultimately deleted her comment, but not before users came at her with the follow. Came at her with the questions like somebody wrote, "Babs, no, honey, just no." Realizing her slip up, Streisand explained, saying, "She looked fantastic. I just wanted to pay her a compliment, and I forgot the world was reading." And McCarthy herself seemed to want to take the target off of Barbara's back, telling a TMZ photographer who asked about her, "I think Barbara is a treasure, and I love her," she said.
I think that seems legit.
I'm sorry, Steve. She posted, Melissa McCarthy did this last night. She posted a little homage to Barbara on her Instagram account, just saying she's a fan.
Yeah. And Barb, she probably legitimately didn't think that she
Didn't
was.
think it through, yeah.
Are
you pregnant?
And was also legitimately curious.
Yeah.
Hey, are you taking Ozempic? Because it's working.
Did you see the story about now what's happening is because everyone is getting what they call Ozempic face, that now they're rushing for filler. Like they get too gaunt, and now the plastic surgeons are going nuts with filler.
If you have dramatic weight loss, you are gonna your cheeks are gonna look a little more hollow. I mean, we've seen that with people who over the years who have done it without the help of the medications, like Al Roker and Star Jones,
John Goodman.
You're like, wow, that doesn't look that healthy. That's because you were so used to seeing them another way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
John Goodman talks about losing so much weight so quickly he can no longer carry hookers on his back.
Oh, my God. And I've
Also,
seen him do it.
yeah.
I know he has the ability or had the ability. So.
Celebrities aren't leaving comments in like The Rock's comment sections asking if he takes steroids, because we know he takes steroids.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like when you see massive weight loss, you can just assume.
How did you get so unfat?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the way to ask it.
When it comes to naming one's children, inspiration can come from a number of sources: family or friends' names, where they were born, or just two parents agreeing that they like the sound of a particular name. But Chris Hemsworth went another route. The actor told Vanity Fair recently that when it came to naming his son Tristan, he went for a character from a movie he watched as a kid, Legends of the Fall. In the movie, Brad Pitt plays a man named Tristan Ludlow.
Tristan.
And as Hemsworth said, he said, "There's never been a more beautiful man on screen." He rewatched the movie with his wife, Elsa Pataki, when she was pregnant and asked her, "Is this not the coolest character in the world? I think one of our kids needs to be named Tristan." And apparently she agreed, and one of his newborn twins was given the name. As for the other twin son, Sasha, he was named after a stuntman friend of the actor. No word if that Sasha is a beautiful man or not.
I wish they'd have gone with Tango and Cash. And I still contend
You're really
that'd be a
pushing
great,
for
yeah.
that.
That would have been cool. Hey, Steve, I saw the trailer last night for the new Mad Max movie.
Yeah.
I think it looks like garbage.
Do you?
Yeah.
So-
I thought, I was like, is this like a made-for-TV movie?
I will tell you what. I watched the last one, Furiosa, the
Fury Road.
Fury Road.
I enjoyed
Fury.
that, yeah.
I thought it was good. I didn't think it was as great as the original Mad Max and the Road Warrior, which I love. Beyond Thunderdome, it was okay. I completely appreciate the filmmaking, but I have to say, I thought this trailer looked pretty interesting. So
I thought
I like that Hemsworth is playing the baddie.
Yeah. Is he supposed to be a funny character?
I think he is, yeah.
Okay.
They're all eccentric. You know, they're all this dystopian world where everyone's gone nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts.
All right, well, moving on, Anne Hathaway first shared that she lost interest in drinking after a bad hangover in 2018, and now she's 5 years sober. In a new interview with the New York Times, she reflected on her health and being in her 40s. She said, there are so many other things I identify as milestones. I don't normally talk about it, but I'm over 5 years sober. And she said, that feels like a milestone to me. 40 feels like a gift. The fact of the matter is I hesitate at calling things middle-aged simply because I can be a semantic stickler and I could get hit by a car later today. We don't know if this is middle-age. We don't know anything.
What's your take on Anne Hathaway? You a fan or not, Kathy?
Oh, no.
Really?
No.
Oh, God, no.
I like Anne Hathaway.
Oh,
She's in The Devil Wears Prada, and she played a hell of a Catwoman.
I liked Devil Wears Prada, but she got very, very annoying. She has since pulled back a little bit, but when she was in that very annoying phase, I couldn't take
stand
it.
her?
Yeah.
All right, Sandra Bullock was in an annoying phase, and you pulled her. You're now
Sandra
a big fan.
Bullock, I just thought was a terrible actress, but then she did a few movies that I liked, and so I came around on her. I have not fully come around on Anne Hathaway yet.
All right.
In the wide range interview, she also teases that a third installment of The Princess Diaries is still a possibility. So we had mentioned that earlier, but this is another one of her saying, yeah. So when she was asked if there's anything cooking with The Princess Diaries 3, she responded simply, yep. Her new movie, The Idea of You, hits Prime Video on May 2nd. She plays Celine, a divorced mom who winds up falling in love with a much younger man who is famous. So we'll see how that one plays out for her. 2024 Paris Olympics are not only going to give us great athleticism, but they're going to give us some laughs as well, thanks to Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson. Laughing like Anne Hathaway. Peacock gave the green light to an 8-episode series called Olympic Highlights with Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson. The commentary series is going to have the two of them recapping some of the most unexpected and best moments that are happening. And there's going to be 2 to 3 episodes per week, starting July 26th, which is the day of the opening ceremony.
This has been a thing over the past couple of Olympics to have a celebrity sort of do a running commentary on it, a comedian or comedian.
Didn't they do it with Kevin Hart and Snoop for the last Olympics?
I think that's right. And who was the first that got the big? Was it the SNL?
Yes.
Leslie
and Leslie Jordan. Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones.
Yeah, Leslie Jones did it.
She kind of did it on her
on her own.
That's right.
And then they codified it. They made it.
Yeah, they noticed it and they were like, "Hey, this is an untapped market that we haven't gotten
to." And I
think
that's why we have this.
Yep,
and Steve, I think it was the last Olympics where I'm pretty sure that it was Kevin Hart and Snoop, and they were doing an equestrian event,
right?
And they'd never seen a horse like kind of canter sideways. And Snoop's reaction is just one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I loved watching that commentary.
Was he just like, "What is going on with that horse?"
I'm like sideways.
Yeah. It was so damn good.
So this isn't the first time that the two are working together. They hosted 2022 Back That Year Up together for Peacock. And Kevin also has done the thing with Snoop.
Okay.
And is he not overseeing the roast of Tom Brady?
I believe you're correct.
Yes.
Yep. I remember seeing something about that the other day. Nick, you mentioned this not long ago in a collaboration with Jerry Seinfeld. Pop-Tarts is launching something they're calling Trat Pops, the fictional product from Unfrosted, the comedian's upcoming Netflix comedy. So they are jumping on board with some support.
So they're making the actual product that's featured in the movie? Okay.
Or I don't know if they're making it. So Unfrosted, which Seinfeld co-wrote, directed, and stars in alongside Melissa McCarthy and Jim Gaffigan, is an account of the creation of the Pop-Tarts loosely based on the true story. It's set to debut Friday. The partnership includes the release of collectible Trat Pops packaging and a digital short featuring Seinfeld along Pop-Tart executives and a giant Pop-Tart character. The initiative will also see promotional displays in supermarkets to mark the movie's release. So I don't think they're creating
All right. I wonder if they're, a competitive product line.
He's been doing a lot of press for it, and I follow Jerry on Instagram, and he did a very funny video with Ken Burns, and he, in order to make the movie quote unquote serious and an Academy Award nominee, he wanted to just have it be called Ken Burns unfrosted, and Ken plays the straight man in the video, but he's very funny in it, and he and Jerry have really good rapport. It's a hilarious video.
Nice.
Hey, the packaging that the Pop-Tarts come in, that metallic stuff.
Yeah.
Could you use that as the blanket? Like,
Save your life if you had enough of them. You can stitch them together.
It's almost like that
As a thermal
stuff.
blanket.
It feels like it,
when we
right?
tried that on the air, I could not believe. I've always seen those things. You see them all the time in survival packs. It's like there's no way that's going to keep you warm. We tried it on the air, and it does. It's incredible.
It's not comfortable. It's not snuggly.
No.
But it's warm.
But it's warm. Yeah. Two of the plastics are reportedly in. Lindsay Lohan and Rachel McAdams, who played Katie and Regina in the original Mean Girls from 2004, have both expressed interest in revisiting their roles, according to sources. They say that Lindsay wants the project to happen and currently has a good relationship with everyone in the franchise, and Rachel would be down for a sequel if everything presented to her made sense. So I think it's a done deal. I
Got to
think,
get Lacey Chabert and the rest. Yeah,
and I think
the whole collective.
I think they would. I think they absolutely would. I mean, most of them got together for that commercial, that Walmart commercial.
Which was good. Did you see the musical? Nope. It was okay.
Yeah,
The original.
I know this is sacrilege. I just think Mean Girls is just kind of okay.
Yeah.
I didn't fall in love with it like everybody else
Yeah.
did. But
I'm a big fan.
But it's a cult classic.
Yeah, it sure is.
People absolutely love it. With Top Gun Maverick taking over the world in 2022, what's the status, and is there a status on Top Gun 3? Well, Jerry Bruckheimer, producer of the first two Top Gun films, said last month that an idea for a third movie was pitched to Tom Cruise, and he liked it. But he said, quote, he's a very in-demand actor, and he's got a lot of movies lined up, so we have to wait and see.
Does it involve Val Kilmer's character coming back from the dead?
Maybe that's the big part. Co-stars Miles Teller and Glenn Powell have already said they'd be interested in returning. And now Jennifer Connelly, who played love interest Penny Benjamin in the sequel, has also chimed in that she'd be on board if a third movie comes together.
I love that relationship in that movie. I love that she was, their thing, their rekindling. He was the elder statesman.
Yeah.
Again, it's unapologetically what it is. And I watch that. Anytime it's on, I'll stay with it.
The scene in the beginning where he gets busted by the daughter is hilarious.
It's great, yeah.
But then it turns very serious. It was funny and also moving.
Yeah, and again, I was a moderate. The first one was like it was a picture of the time. I was always sort of dismissive of it.
Yep.
This made that seem more important.
I agree. Connolly told E.T., I'll be there. I'm ready.
You gonna be there?
When asked what her level of interest was in returning to the role.
What's your level of interest in returning to the role?
She also pointed to her positive experience filming Top Gun Maverick.
No, that's your vagina.
As the reason why she would return to the film series.
I'll always be here.
Where?
Your vagina.
Oh.
Turn on your vagina light so I can read.
Because you're down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. She said we had such a great time shooting it. It was fun.
Fun?
Yeah, that's all
you're giving me?
That's it.
You dumb bitch.
Wow.
I came halfway across the... you travel halfway across the universe.
Somebody called me a dumb bitch yesterday.
Really?
Is this what we're
Is that the story you're going to tell us?
No, yesterday wasn't a good day for me.
Kathy has a story to share later on. Well, share this one right now.
It's a quick one. I had to go to take Jace to a hockey game. I didn't know where I was going, and I realized I had to make a left-hand turn, so I had to get into the left turn lane, and so I, slowed down. She was behind me. I had my blinker on, but I had to pretty much come to a complete stop because there was a car next to me. So as soon as I could, I got over. She drove by me, and I had my hand up like, hey, sorry about that. And she just rolls her window down and goes, you dumb bitch.
Dude.
When a girl calls you a dumb bitch.
Wait, and Jason in the car, he goes, why did she use the B word?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, that's funny.
I want to find this woman.
So this is what I did. I went like this, right? So, because I was like, I'm so sorry. She's
Yeah,
like,
you're doing
"You
the apology.
dumb
Yeah,
bitch."
you're doing
And
the
I
right
just went-
thing.
And you just flipped her off?
I'm like, sorry. I was waving. And when she screamed like a lunatic, I was like, yeah, you know what, F you.
No, you immediately tried to do the right thing.
What kind of car?
Dumb bitch.
Nick, I don't even know. She was she was older than me. I mean, I'm very young,
Preston,
so it's not.
hearing that story, I think I want to apologize to Jennifer Connelly. It just stings when you hear that.
No, that's
She was
so
so
funny.
mad. She
you
rolled
dumb
the
bitch.
window down and was like hanging out. Her hair was like blowing in the wind. And she's like, "You dumb bitch!"
I always wonder, like, if when things like that happen, if maybe they listen to the show and if we could track them down.
Okay,
you know,
she was on 309 in Hatfield.
Okay.
And I was making a left-hand turn onto. It started
You
with
just
this.
went on and made a complete stop on 309, Kathy?
Well, no,
You dumb bitch.
You dumb bitch. Well, it was a red light. We were
Okay.
coming up to a red light, but I was
Don't
trying.
give
to,
any more. Is there any other aspect of the story that only someone who's there would know? Because
I can't. I was turning and making a left onto. I forget the name of the road. It started with a T. I'll see if I can figure it out.
What time of day was it?
It was at probably about 6:05.
Okay.
It was right after we got off the call.
Oh, yeah, it was right.
you were
after we
probably
got off.
distracted.
No,
No,
I
that
lied.
conference
I
call.
lied then. No, conference call was when we were closer to home. So it was closer to 6:30.
All right.
All right.
You dumb bitch!
Oh, thank you for sharing that. One last story. Greg Berlanti and Netflix are going for a ride in the Mystery Machine. The streaming giant is nearing a deal for a live-action TV series based on the beloved Hanna-Barbera animated cartoon Scooby-Doo.
So I would like to see them because Berlanti did The Flash and did Arrow and did all those shows for the CW. I think it might be kind of cool if they sort of really adult this up a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like make
Listen,
it.
I was sorry to interrupt. All three of my quote-unquote kids,
Yeah.
who are, two of them are adults now, they still watch Scooby-Doo.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah. So especially those ones that'll come up that are where they actually made the leap and made, like, it's not the caretaker dressing as the Wolfman. It is a werewolf.
Those are the only ones I can watch. I
Yeah.
can only watch the originals.
Okay.
All the other ones, it's just not the same.
Well, anyhow, the project has a script series commitment at Netflix, meaning if the script is well received, it would trigger a straight-to-series order for what is considered a live-action update of the classic cartoon.
Do you like what they did with Sabrina?
Josh Applebaum and Scott Rosenberg, who previously adapted Cowboy Bebop for Netflix and High Fidelity for Hulu, are attached to pen the script. The live-action take on Scooby-Doo comes after Warner Brothers Pictures relaunched the franchise as a live-action feature film in the early 2000s.
You know, they should get for God, I'm having a brain fart. It's Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. The guy who played the stoner in Cabin in the Woods, Preston.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't he be a perfect?
He could be pretty
Yeah,
decent,
he'd be good.
yeah. So no idea on casting or any of that stuff. They're just they're talking about it now. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. All right, we have clips to play. Acapulco is a flashback type series. It follows Maximo in present day. And in 1985, as a young resort worker continuing to climb the ladder of success, here, Eugenio Debrez talks about the lessons that this show teaches.
I would like people to think, would I betray my principles in order to get more money or to make more money or to get to this position or not? And that's one of the lessons that Maximo gives in the series. Sometimes it is not worth it. Sometimes it's better to be who you are than betray your friends or your principles for money.
Eugenio Debrez was the teacher in Coda.
Yeah, he's great.
Fantastic actor.
Didn't he have some sort of?
Yeah, he had some kind of medical issue,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
time.
He's
and,
excellent in Coda.
Acapulco Season 3 premieres today. That's on Apple TV+. Here's our next clip. The trauma of Abby Lee Miller bringing young dancers to tears may be part of the reason why the famed instructor is not part of the Dance Moms reunion. But in this clip, JoJo Siwa credits her success to Abby's tough love.
Whatever she said, you are entitled to nothing in this world. You deserve nothing. You earn it. That is true. You are not entitled to anything in this world. You do have to work hard for it, and you do have to earn it. With me and my journey, she was, at the end of the day, always right.
I don't give a
Dance Moms The Reunion airs tonight on Lifetime.
That Abby Lee Miller went to jail for a little bit.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
Wow.
I forget what the charge was, but she did a little time in the slammer.
Dumb
Alrighty.
bitch.
You dumb bitch.
You dumb bitch.
A lot of people are texting in, Kathy. Truickstown Road, but you said no. Trexlertown Road?
It wasn't Truicktown. I know where that is.
Okay.
Maybe it was the other one.
Trumbowersville? Does that sound like does that ring a bell?
No.
Come on, you dumb bitch.
Come on, you dumb bitch.
You know, it's funny when stuff like that happens. So as you describe it, Kathy, it's sort of locked. You can see it in slow-mo, you know.
I know.
You dumb bitch.
And it was like I could see her face. I could see her dark hair blowing in the wind. You dumb bitch.
Yeah, I had these two guys yelling at me a couple weeks ago, and I could tell you exactly what they look like. I was just like, God, man, shut up. All right. Well, anyway, maybe we'll find out. Maybe we won't. We have a few things to mention. Gateway Regional High School in Woodbury Heights, New Jersey. You are the very first school designated for the coolest teacher of the year, and you can now vote. You have until tomorrow morning around 6 a.m. to go to PrestonandSteve.com and let us know who the coolest teacher of the past year has been. And we got great prizes to give away for the winner. And we thank College Ave, who's our sponsor for
we love
this.
those guys.
$50 Visa gift card from them, a $50 Dunkin' gift card, and, of course, the Preston and Steve Coolest Teacher of the Year coffee mug, and usually a phone call from the teacher, too, just to find out a little bit about them. We have a secret text word as well. Take to see Dane Cook, who's coming to the Met in October or on October 12th. So text word secret to 39333 to get running on that. We'll take a break. We'll come back in a moment, less than an hour away from Good Money It. We go live on Fox Good Day. We got a lot happening on the show today, so hang out with us. We'll be your company.
Preston and Steve
on 93.3 WMMR.
93.3 WMMR.
Want to give a plug to Kathy's Cuts. It's happening on Monday, and Wigs for Kids is the beneficiary. So if you've got hair to donate, we want you to sign up. Ambler is full, but the other locations that have spaces available are David Arnold Salon in Jenkintown and Vibe Salon in Mount Laurel. By the way, in Ambler, that's Gravity Hair Salon, but they're good to go. But you need 14 inches of hair, and you get a great style along with you. You end up looking super sexy by the time you leave.
These are top stylists who are doing this, and the fact is the end result, as you said, is Wigs for Kids. Yep. And you change their lives by doing this.
Kathy's going to be at some of the locations. Jackie Bam Bam. Where's Jackie going to be?
Jackie will be at Vibe.
At Vibe. Okay, so that's in Mount Laurel. Each donor gets a gift bag from True Beauty Concepts and a Kathy's Cuts t-shirt as well from us. So sign up, appointments from 6 to 10 a.m.
And we'll be checking in at all the locations.
Yeah, PrestonandSteve.com to get the guidelines. But do that now because it's coming up on Monday. We need to fill those spots up. What else did I want to mention? Secret text word. We're giving away tickets to see Dane Cook. That show is in October, so text word secret to 39333. It's at the Met in Philadelphia. And then there's another thing I wanted to mention. We're going to go live on Fox Good Day. We have a comedian joining us later this morning. Tara Cannistraci or Cannistraci. I'm not sure exactly how we're pronouncing it.
Straight up Italian.
Playing Parks Casino. So we'll talk to Tara a little bit later on this morning. Okay. The dumb bitch has a story to tell us.
You dumb bitch.
If you missed it earlier, Kathy was there was a woman yelling at her in traffic and called her a dumb bitch.
And when you brought that up, because we all got a text yesterday, is like, well, and basically you said, I have something that is incredibly embarrassing that you want to tell us.
Yeah, so I said I had a story for you guys. So I'm going to start out with my excuse first and then tell you what happened, because this is not the first time that something like this has happened to me. Okay, not this. And I think this is worse than last time. But anyway, so after the show, and between the time that the show ends and I have to pick Jace up from school, is really not that long of a time, right? And so if I have an appointment or something like that, I like to schedule it so I'm not running out of the show to try to get to the appointment. I like to leave enough time so that I can get there if I hit traffic, like whatever it is. I don't
buffer.
I don't like to be, late or rushing or whatever. So I had an appointment yesterday after the show. Well, it was my fault, but yesterday was also the last day for me to do something. I had to drop something off, and I completely forgot. And so I had to squeeze that in. So now I'm rushing, right? And so I've got to, quickly get to where I need to go and all of that. So I get my stuff together here. I get ready to leave. I go to the bathroom. because I know I'm going to be in the car for a little while, and I'm leaving. And as I'm walking out, I'm emailing somebody about what I'm about to do. Right, I just had to drop off a check, so I'm emailing, "Hey, I'm coming. It is going to be there today. Like, don't worry, whatever." And so I'm a little preoccupied with the phone. I see, I leave the bathroom. Right, I pass Marissa. We almost bump into each other. See you later. Whatever. I go down the elevator. I see a few people in the lobby. I see the security guard. He always says goodbye to me. I say goodbye to the security guard.
Great guy.
There's a woman in front of me, and and there's another woman sitting on a chair outside. We have some benches and stuff outside. And so I see that woman pass the woman on the bench. Again, I'm preoccupied. I'm on my phone. And so I start to walk across the street, and I hear, ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. Now, I think the woman sitting on the bench is talking to the lady that passed her, and I'm rushing, so I don't really,
acknowledge it.
I don't really acknowledge, ma'am, and she keeps saying it. Well, now I'm across the street to where my car is, and I'm like, that woman was right in front of her. Why wouldn't she answer her? And I'm like, could she have been talking to me? Well, when I went to the bathroom yesterday, I had a skirt on, and the skirt was tucked into my underwear in the back.
Oh, my God.
And so when I was walking, I felt a little breeze. And I was like, could that woman have been talking to me? And sure enough, I felt back there, and I had to pull my skirt out.
Oh,
now,
man.
It wasn't like, I didn't have little teeny like thongs on or anything like that, but like my skirt was definitely
tucked into your pants.
And I'm just wondering, now I know if Marissa saw that, she would have told me. I know her,
No doubt.
and she would have told me. Now, we passed like face to face.
Right.
But there was another one of our maintenance guys doing something in one of the closets outside of the bathroom. He could have very well have seen that, and then anyone I passed in the lobby downstairs could have seen it. And that woman outside, thank you very much. Sorry I didn't turn around, but she definitely saw it.
Oh my God,
Kathy, I saw a woman, and I was in Ashburn Alley at a Phillies game. And I saw this woman, and I mean, full on, like her sundress or whatever was just cramped right up her ass, like in her underwear. Now,
I remember you saying that, and you were like, "Do I tell her or her friend or something?"
So that's the thing. She was big breasted, right? So she was very, very buxom. But I wasn't looking at that, right?
I remember this.
And so I don't know who I was talking to, but I was like, should I go say something to that woman? And that girl, her friend, saw me ogling, and she calls me out on it. She's like, yeah, we know she's got big boobs. And I'm like, you dumb bitch. And I was like, dude, F you, first of all. I go, that's great, but her skirt is also crammed up her ass.
Did you say that?
Yes. And I was going to be so much nicer about it, but like she wanted to call me out. And she's trying to shame me.
When you did that, did she look around and realize you're right? Did you get any acknowledgement that you were trying to interest?
God, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, after that, I'm like, I really don't even care what you have to
Why
say.
is there always sort of like a wing girl to the, like if there's a girl
who's like the
very
nasty
hot, who's like, because I remember something like that happened. It was an exchange. There was somebody who had a similar situation, and I was trying to intercede. I forget exactly what it was. I think it might have been at the beach, but there was the banshee called out to my friends and I who were trying to say, I forget what it was.
Like, first of all, you're ugly. We're not even looking at you.
Yeah, same scenario.
Yeah.
But, well, sadly, Steve, because there are enough dudes out there who aren't you and Casey, and they, the wing person is there to protect the other woman. Kathy, how long in between the time that you walked out of the bathroom when you had tucked your skirt into your underwear until you realized it? Like 5 minutes? Less than 5 minutes?
Well, it was, Nick, I had all of my stuff with me. So I left the bathroom, took the elevator downstairs, walked outside. So, yeah, I mean, probably less than 5 minutes. But I was just saying I passed so many people. Yeah.
You would know.
And my point in telling you that I was rushing was, I don't know if you guys remember, but Jim Kenny, who used to work here, and then the security guard downstairs, remember I had that like wrap dress on, and I like forgot to do the, and it was like flying open, and my bra was hanging out, and so I think being in a rush, I just like I was quick in the bathroom, wash my hands, get out the door, get in the car by a certain time.
I've never seen that happen before, and I guess that is an issue if you wear a skirt. I mean, as guys, if you're not skirt wearers, I mean, our equivalent might be the fly down, which I do all the time.
Do you?
Dear God, yes. I don't know why. I'll go to the bathroom if I have to, sit down on the toilet, and then I'll go to button back up, and then I'll just forget to do the zip.
Right.
I can walk around all day with my fly down and not realize it. But yeah, you could. I've never seen a woman who's done that before. Tuck their skirt into their panties.
Because it was like a longer flowing skirt, and so when I went to the bathroom, I don't pull down, I pull up.
So it's a little bit more.
Right. So I'm holding it up and then situate myself, not
Yep.
really, and leave the bathroom.
Kathy, I saw a post yesterday on Instagram about women wearing rompers or jumpers, and it's difficult to go to the bathroom when wearing those.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
Essentially, you have to take the whole thing off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right.
What is the most complicated outfit for a woman involving going to the bathroom?
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be that, especially if it's like pants. If it's more like a jumpsuit. That's because you're essentially standing naked.
You have to get undressed.
Yeah, you have to get undressed. You're standing naked in the bathroom.
Hey, I'll tell you what the worst outfit to have to go to the bathroom, whether you're a man or woman, is ski clothing.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
the worst.
It's
Takes forever.
I was in the bathroom at Montage, and there were other guys around me, and I'm rooting around in there for 5 minutes trying to find my member, and I'm like,
12 layers.
I
Are
turned
you in
to
the
one of the
onesie?
guys. I'm like, I can't find my D, man. I'm sorry. I can't
By the way,
find it.
why has no one ever made something that would expedite cutting right to the junk, like an emergency evacuation chute, like on a plane, like a slide that pops out on the side?
But I've also got tucked in shirts into the pants underneath the
All right.
snow
Your
pants and all
layers.
that. Yeah, forget it.
So, Steve, your winter shorts guy, you and I, during the summer, we wear very, very similar shorts, like exercise basketball shorts or whatever.
Yep.
When you go pee, do you pull your leg up? The short leg up?
I pull down.
Okay.
Yeah, you do that?
I pull leg up.
I do it.
And let me ask you, Kathy, because I'm not touching anything and I'm just standing in front of a urinal, I don't wash my hands afterwards.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we've talked about this. I'm the same way.
Yeah. But it's so much easier that way, is
But I
it
get to
not?
pee on my hands. But yes, it is easier doing the pull to the side if you've got like mesh pants on or something like that. Let me get a couple of calls here real quick. I'm going to go to Karen. Hi, Karen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Karen?
Okay, so I went to a concert with my kids, and I had to use the ladies' room, and there's no hooks. So I had to put my purse around my neck. I had a heavy jacket on, so I'm trying to maneuver, and next thing you know I get myself all together, get my purse off my neck. I go out to get a drink, and this lady taps me on the back, and she says, "Ma'am," and I go, "Yes." She says, "You have toilet paper sticking out of the back of your pants."
Oh, no.
Not even on your shoe.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, I have to jam it in there. I have swamp ass. You just probably wanted to die, Karen.
Oh, I did. I was just like, oh, my God. So I'm trying to very coolly rip this stuff out of my pants.
You poor thing.
I love
Thank
the
you,
fact
Karen.
that Kathy, you put two and two together and you realized you had been feeling a draft.
Yeah. I was like, why is it not as hot as I thought it was going to be out?
Kathy, as Karen had said, and I'm not familiar with this, but is the hanging the purse around your neck, because you kind of gestured when she said that she did that. Is that a standard procedure?
Yeah, I can't stand when there's no hooks in bathrooms. Sometimes they get broken off, or some just don't have them. And if you have a lot of things with you, sure, the purse definitely goes around the neck or shoulders, and then you've got to hold your jacket, whatever you have, still try to maneuver, hover, and wipe.
Do you hang the purse around your front, or do you choke your neck and hang on your
front.
back? Okay.
Because especially if you're hovering, because then it's hanging forward.
Yeah. Okay. I was curious. I think you guys have a lot to. You got a lot to handle in there. No wonder they have like a lounge and everything in there for you, and there's like
tampons.
Guys. Yeah. There's all kinds of toys. Let me go to Tess. Tess, you are on the air. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Tess?
Hi. I became a substitute teacher last spring, and it was the second time I had ever been to this one school. And so before I left in the morning, I was in a hurry, and I ran out the door, and my mom said to me, "Tess, your skirt's not all the way zipped up." And I was like, "I'll do it in the car." And So I go into the school, and I must have been there for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes at that point. And as I'm walking toward, I believe I asked the teacher, where's the restroom? And she pointed me in the direction, and all of a sudden she runs after me, and she's like, I have to let you know. She said, your dress is unzipped in the back.
Oh, wow.
I went in the bathroom, and she went in to help me with it. It was like halfway down my back.
Oh, wow. So let me ask you, in your mind, and I think Kathy was alluding to this, do you start immediately trying to remember people that you passed that probably saw this?
Yeah, and I'm like, there's children here.
Yeah, right? Mommy, we got this new stuff.
She's a stripper.
She's so hot. Thank you, Tess. Appreciate that. Let me go to Jackie. Hi there, Jackie. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good. What's up, Jack?
Well, I went to St. Basil Academy. I can say the school because it's closed now.
Okay.
But our geometry teacher came into class. We were all seated, and her skirt was bunched into her pantyhose. And she was a rather shorter, larger woman. And not a single one of us said anything to this poor woman.
Yeah.
And I feel so much shame and regret now as an adult woman that not a one of us in this all-girls school said anything to her. We watched, and we were sniggering the entire time.
Of course. Did she ever figure it out, or did she go?
I think it dislodged itself eventually.
Oh, my goodness.
You can't help it. It is funny, but I think there's probably a girl code, Kathy, that would say you.
Yeah, you have to say something for sure.
And how would a guy approach you? Would it be even worse? Or
Ma'am?
Yeah,
Ma'am? Excuse me, ma'am?
Okay.
It was the woman
see
down
the
there.
contours of your butthole.
This is a different thing. But Rochelle did the girl code thing. We were at a party, and there was a woman and she was being a little pompous, but she had the biggest bat in the cave.
Oh, really?
Booger dangling out of her nose.
Oh, God, gross.
And I thought it was kind of funny because she was being kind of pompous.
Right,
and I thought it was hilarious that she had this big old booger dangling out of her nose.
Dumb bitch.
And so we're sitting there talking, and it was literally dangling because when she would turn her head, it would shake.
It's like a speed bag?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Rochelle probably couldn't take it.
Rochelle eventually said, she goes, I saw her lean in and whisper, she's like, you've got a little, thing in your nose.
Yeah.
It's not that little. It's pretty big and
gigantic.
disgusting.
And it's very embarrassing. And none of us can eat.
I think you have a small kangaroo in your nose.
But the fact that you're a total a-hole, this just makes up for it.
I will. How good are you at telling strangers that there's something on their face or in their teeth or their fly is down? Or
Here's my level of.
I'm like 50-50. I'll do it sometimes and I won't do it, and other times I won't do it.
Food in the teeth, I might let that pass.
Yeah.
Assuming that they'll eventually figure it out. A bat in the cave.
Ugh.
I think you really owe it to the person. Any sort of fly or any sort of thing where you're out and about. It depends on how you do it, but I'm always kind of loath to do that because I don't want to, I just hope they'll find out on their own.
My buddy Jim, who was in my band, his mom, Mrs. Galbeers, she always had lipstick on her teeth.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
Every time.
And we never said anything to her.
You could have said, why don't you just put the lipstick directly on your teeth?
Lipstick on the teeth, I will definitely tell them. But some of the other stuff I have a hard time with.
I've seen women do the hand gestures to each other.
Yeah. Just kind of like, you got a little something there. All right, I was curious. Let me go.
You have a stillborn hanging out of your nose.
Let me. It's definitely an embryo of some type.
You probably didn't know you were pregnant at some point.
Did you sneeze hard? Yeah.
You just blew it out of your uterus right up.
Excuse me, ma'am.
I'm going to go to Katie next. Hi, Katie. Good morning.
Good morning, Ed.
Good morning to see you, Katie. What's up?
We were celebrating my father-in-law's life. We were at his funeral reception afterwards, and I had run to the bathroom and kind of scurried back out again. And I had like 2 people try to kind of stop me along the way, and I was like the one person I'd already talked to, and I really wanted to get to this other person. And by the 3rd person that was trying to stop me, they were trying to tell me that my dress was stuck in my underwear.
Oh no!
So I realized that I had passed several people along the way.
Oh man! So can you explain, Katie? So as I don't wear that sort of garb again, how does I'm still trying to figure out exactly how the skirt ends up in the underwear.
It had never, ever happened to me before in my entire life, and now I take that extra 5 seconds to make sure that my skirt. It's just as you're standing up, the end of the skirt, the bottom of the skirt just kind of flips under up next to your butt.
Oh, I see. It tucks in, and so you don't realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the front looks normal.
Right.
But just that back part,
That'll happen with suit shirts sometimes where it gets...
It was a short skirt. Like it wasn't really long, so my legs weren't, like cold or anything. They felt the same. Yeah.
Right.
Horrible.
Oh my
Thank you,
God.
Kate.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I don't.
Yeah, like a long dress shirt that's long in the back. If you go to the bathroom, you'll be tucking it into your pants, but it goes down into your underwear.
Exactly.
That can happen. Yep.
Yeah.
Let me go to. I'm going to go to Jamie. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning, Durka.
What's up, buddy?
So years ago, when we were younger, we used to party a lot. So my buddy comes into work, and he's definitely feeling the effects from the night before. He's got to go to the bathroom. It's cold. That's winter time. He's got one-piece coveralls on, with the arms, everything.
Yes.
And since we work outside, he's got to go to the bathroom. So he goes underneath the tree. He pulls his pants, pulls the coveralls down, everything. He thinks he's all good. Goes to the bathroom. Comes back, and he's standing there next to me. I'm like, God, what is that smell? I'm just like gagging. I'm like, dude, what is that smell? Well, here, he thought he pulled his coveralls down all the way, and he didn't. And he went to the bathroom in his coveralls and was standing there next to me, like his whole thing was full.
Oh my!
I'm like, dude, it's disgusting.
So he took a full-blown bowel movement in his coveralls.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, it was horrible.
How would you not feel that?
I don't see how that's even possible. But I guess you said it was really hungover.
Yes.
So it was kind of oblivious.
So it was just like he's just standing there in his own filth. I'm like, dude, what is it was so bad.
Jamie, was this guy just a coworker or a friend as well?
Coworker and friend.
And friend. Do you still talk to him?
Oh yes.
Do you remind him of this event?
As much as possible.
You would have to.
Would I be correct? And he brings up a good point.
Thanks, Jamie.
Jamie brings up this point. Is the most difficult thing to do to tell someone that there's a smell about them?
Oh,
yeah,
it's got to be.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
it's been really nice.
Smell, breath.
Yeah,
those things are more difficult than you've got something on your face or your pants are unzipped or this is that.
Yeah,
we had way back in the day. There was an intern. This was before I started the morning show, but he smelled terrible. And I could not say anything to him. Eventually, you know who did? Monkey Boy.
Yeah.
He told him.
And you know what's funny about that?
Stinky John.
Oh, you've mentioned this guy.
Jefferson actually had pulled Monkey Boy into his office one time to tell him that he stunk. Oh, and so I think maybe that's why Monkey Boy did that. But Monkey Boy, his excuse to me was that he washed his clothes and then he let them sit in the washer wet for too long.
Moldy.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
So he ended up having that.
I told you,
to him.
I smelled something on you one time, and you thanked me for it.
I did, and I was also
embarrassed.
Insanely embarrassed.
No,
Yeah,
listen. It's not your fault. I mean, and so a good friend. It was your fault.
It was totally my fault. It's not your fault.
But a good friend will tell you.
Yeah.
You're a little right, buddy.
Well, it happened. I remember one time I had not dried the towel. I thought I had it out of the. You get out of the shower and a towel that you think you've gone to the laundromat and you're not sure. So you're already wet. You don't realize the towel is really not dry. And I remember later on at work, I was like, oh no, that's me. Yeah. And then you try to again backtrack. Who has had to endure this stench?
I had these two friends, they were a couple, and they lived in a shore house together, and we would always like smell them, and we're like, what is that smell? Like, why do they smell the same? It's
right, yeah.
And that's what it was, Steve. We figured out it was the towels.
Get out. All right, hang on a second. Never mind. No.
Did you crap in your pants?
Do it.
No. We're good. We're good.
God, you dumb bitch. Back on.
Yeah.
You dumb bitch. It was the you before it, too.
You dumb bitch.
The whole idea that she's hanging out in her car. And I love that Jay's turns here and goes, "What? Did you have to use the B word?
Why did she use the B word?
You had a banner day yesterday, Kat.
Yes, seriously. It was just like, of course. Sure.
All right, we got a break here shortly. I'm going to go to Diane. Hi, Diane. Good morning.
Hey, bitches.
Hey, what?
I worked at the courthouse, and it was a court day, and I was in the morning, and I go down to the bathroom, which is a pretty long hallway, and there's offices on either side. Went to the bathroom, was walking up the hallway, and I go to my cubicle, and I sit in front of the room that holds victims and witnesses.
Oh, boy.
For the court cases.
Mm-hmm.
So I sit down, and this lady comes up behind me. She's a stranger, and she goes, you tucked your skirt in your pantyhose. I'm like, oh, crap. And in the wintertime, when I wear stockings, I don't wear panties.
Oh. No.
Yeah. She saw my whole United States.
That's awesome. That's phenomenal.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
And my girlfriend, a couple cubicle up, and I emailed her saying, could you come up and stand behind me so I can stand up and untuck it? And I just hear her giggling a couple cubicles away. I'm like, come on, get up and help me out here.
Diane, a level of being mortified, where was this for you? Was this high on the list, or were you able to brush it off?
I was just able to brush it off.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
All right.
But I actually did it twice in the courthouse.
And then you got a promotion.
That's right. And now she's a judge. Is that common for like to not wear
pantyhose but not underwear?
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Because you really don't have to.
Yeah. I mean, it's essentially like
it's the same thing, right?
Thank you, Diane. Appreciate that.
And some of them,
Okay,
Steve,
have a good day.
You do.
Have like a built-in, don't they?
well, they have like a little pee hole, so then you don't have to
Really?
hold them down.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
A pee hole for your pee hole.
How convenient. Wow.
You end up peeing all over the
Right, all over the pantyhose. All right, well, anyhow, thank you for sharing, Kathy. That was definitely worth it. We do have to take a break because we got a few things we have to get to. We're going to go live on Fox Good Day when we return. We have Good Money It coming up.
Yes.
The first chance to win $1,000. We don't want you to miss out on that. So we'll come back in a moment with all that. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Preston and Steve.
93.3 WMMR.
Thank you, Kathy. Any moment now, we'll hear some music surge. There it is. We go live on Fox Good Day.
Preston and Steve, is it time for Kathy's Cuts again?
It is. It is happening on Monday morning. So we've got some more slots to fill as far as signups goes. But the guru here is obviously Kathy Romano. She knows all that stuff.
Yeah, we're at 3 salons this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Gravity Hair Salon in Ambler, Vibe Salon in Mount Laurel, and then David Arnold Hair Salon in Jenkintown. So 3 different areas that people can go to.
All right, tell new people to the shows, our shows, what it's all about.
So you can, this was years ago, 15 years ago, I had really, really long hair and I was like, I want to cut my hair, but it feels like such a waste. And so I did a little research and I found Wigs for Kids and that you can donate hair to Wigs for Kids. And it actually goes to making real hair wigs for kids who have hair loss for any reason, whether it be cancer, alopecia, whatever it is. They make the wigs for these kids free of charge to the kids and their families.
And it's such a wonderful cause, and we're looking at pictures, and it really makes a difference.
It's
so
pretty
it's wonderful. I can't believe it's been 15 years.
15 years. Yeah. It's pretty wild, too, Kathy, the amount of guys who come in and the amount of repeat people who grow hair at an incredible rate.
And can donate, yeah.
And
it is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Most people leave happy, but every now and then you get a crier. Which it's a big sacrifice, absolutely.
Yeah.
And some of the people haven't cut their hair in years and years, and then it's gone. But they get this awesome style done, and they look great when they leave there. So
the criers are usually just in shock.
What did he say?
He said, Steve, do you feel left out?
Oh, I'm sorry. No. I actually, I will donate 14 inches of my scalp. Yeah.
We did. I don't know if you guys ever saw it, but we did a segment one morning where all morning long Steve wore wigs.
Yeah.
And we switched up wigs throughout the morning. That was one of my favorite,
by the way,
shows.
Yeah, it is crazy. And a lot of people reference that show. I don't look right with hair.
No.
It just doesn't look right.
Doesn't work.
It just doesn't work. I look like, remember those old troll figures you used to put on your pencils?
Yes.
That's what I look like. It's horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Now, you guys don't touch on sports a lot, but after what happened last night, do your listeners want to talk about it?
It's pretty amazing. You know, Casey is the big conflicted Sixers fan, so I think he'd be the one to go to here.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is that we still have to win 2 more games, and you can't win 2 games until you win 1 game, and then you win 1 game at home, and then you got to go back up to MSG. So I don't know. It's going to be a dogfight, and but it was a little exciting. What I thought was interesting was with 30 seconds left, myself included, everybody thought that this series was completely over. And the way it all ended, it's funny. I went to Twitter just to see how, just to see how everybody was responding, and it wasn't good. And then all of a sudden, it was good. In fact, when I woke up this morning, I thought that the Sixers lost last night, even though I watched them win in overtime.
That's right.
It's the best news possible. I think sports could attract more people if they could guarantee outcomes.
Yeah.
That would be.
Well, I want to ask you guys, Mike and Alex, what do you think about Knicks fans coming down to Philly? Because obviously it was an issue for games 3 and 4. Do you think that there's any way to prevent and have fewer Knicks fans in South Philly tomorrow night?
I don't know if you can prevent it because
it's other people selling their tickets, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's Sixers fans selling those tickets, maybe they can not sell those tickets to Knicks fans. Yeah.
What about the newly discovered, very communicable Philly syndrome?
Yeah.
Which is a disease of the skin that will only affect.
Let's just promote that right now.
Yeah, right now.
Get on the Philly
I don't
syndrome.
know.
This is breaking news.
Yeah.
It's 100 times worse than eczema.
Oh, way worse. Way worse. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Kath,
you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
All right, see you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. It is, it's 8 o'clock. So why don't we do the good money thing now?
93.3 WMMR Philadelphia.
It's time for a Good Money It keyword.
All right, the word is precise. Precise. You have until 15 minutes after the hour to enter it. 3 ways to do that. WMMR.com, the MMR app, or you can text it to the special contest short code number, which is 45911. And one random entry wins $1,000 in our company-wide contest. Each winner gets a call from Beasley, so make sure you answer your phone. Contest rules available at WMMR.com, and it is brought to you by McLaughlin Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. So again, the word is precise, Precise. Before we go to the bizarre file, I have to address something. I got an email from Mike DeVito calling me out.
Whoa.
Deservedly so. He said, hey, Presbo.
Are you apologizing for something?
No. Well, maybe, yeah.
I'd like to apologize.
Thank you. Hopefully this week, he says, you will start promoting the Walk a Mile in Her Shoes event that is this coming Saturday.
Oh, wow.
And I have dropped the ball, folks. This is an event that I've been a part of and hosted for a long time. Steve, you've come to the event and you've helped me out with hosting duties when I couldn't be there as well.
Nick as well, yeah.
And there was a lot going on, and I forgot to hit this. It's this Saturday. I apologize.
Well, then I have to apologize.
I'd like to apologize.
Thank you.
Because I was wholly unaware as well.
Yeah, and that's my fault. I should have let you know. So it is this Saturday. It is for the Laurel House, which is a women's shelter and support group that helps people, men and women, by the way, who are victims of domestic violence, which is a cause that I really like to get behind. And so the event is this Saturday. If you'd like to join my team, that would be great. Pfizer College campus in Collegeville. If you know where there's the shopping center with Wegmans and P.F. Chang's and all that stuff in Collegeville.
Yeah.
It's directly across the street.
It's a beautiful area to walk around. The weather's going to be very good. What time is it again?
It is, let me see. I'm going to be there starting at like 11 a.m. The event, Steve, registration begins at 9 a.m. and I think the event kicks off at 11. But anyhow,
I'm going to try to get out.
If you can, that'd be great. If not, I get it. You can also, anybody can just donate as well for the event. And I'm going to send this link to Marissa right now and make sure that we get that up on PrestonandSteve.com because I would appreciate the support if possible. And I would like to apologize.
I'd like to apologize
to the Laurel House.
Apologize.
Yeah.
I'd like to apologize.
And actually, I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to send this. Marissa's on the phone, but I need to.
I'll tell you this. Again, you talk about the people that it's helped, and a friend of the show and a friend of mine was helped. A gentleman was helped by them, and man, did they step in when he really needed help.
Yeah.
And what they are is in that situation where you don't know where to go. Say you're in an abusive relationship, you're a woman or a man. We hear many stories of women who have no recourse. What am I going to do? I have kids. I don't know what to do.
Yes.
Here's Laurel House, and they it's like a light. It's like salvation. The stories are countless.
They can also, if you are dependent on someone else and you need to get out of this relationship, they can help you in finding jobs and things like that.
And
all that stuff.
Legal services.
Yes. All of it.
So I'm actually featuring a woman who works very closely with Laurel House on her story, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. She'll be on. Her name is Susan, and she wrote a book about her story, and it is just filled with awful domestic violence and someone that was killed, and it's a very sad story, but she's an amazing person, and she said that the way that she wanted to give back in life was to do something for people who are in similar situations, and so she works with Laurel House.
Excellent. All right, so Marissa, I just sent you that link. If you could put that on PrestonandSteve.com. So again, I apologize.
I'd like to apologize. I apologize.
So that is this Saturday in Collegeville. Yes, Casey.
Well, I'm pointing to
Marissa.
Marissa.
Yes.
So just some peek behind the curtains for everybody listening. We have updated PrestonandSteve.com and WMMR.com, but we are experiencing some issues. So as we've said many times before, refresh the pages if you're looking for something, or if you're on PrestonandSteve.com, just scroll down a little bit. We haven't been able to update some things. So if you scroll down, you'll see all the featured things that we've been working on recently.
So two pieces of advice. Scroll on the page, but if you can, hit the refresh. A lot of people don't know. It's a little icon at the top that allows you to refresh the page, and you'll get the latest information.
Yeah. Marissa, were you apologizing to the listeners?
I apologize.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I'd like to apologize.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let's do the Bizarre File. Here we go.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Mini Melts of America. Breaking ice cream news. You can get Mini Melts ice cream delivered right to your door on the Wawa app. And you're just a few clicks away from enjoying your favorite Mini Melts flavor. Download the Wawa app today. A man who kicked a bison in the leg was then hurt by one of the animals in Yellowstone National Park.
You dumb bitch.
Yeah. Rangers arrested and jailed him after he was treated for minor injuries. Park rangers got a call about the man allegedly harassing a bison herd and kicking one of them. This was about 7 miles inside to the park's west entrance. Rangers stopped the man in a car driven by another person. Officials didn't describe the 40-year-old man's injuries from the bison, but he was charged with being under the influence of alcohol, disorderly conduct, and approaching and disturbing wildlife. His 37-year-old companion was charged with driving under the influence and failing to yield to a police car, and also disturbing wildlife. The two men pleaded not guilty in a court appearance. By the way, bison are the largest land mammal in North America, and the bulls weigh around 2,000 pounds, and they can sprint up to 40 miles an hour, and you should not mess around.
I don't know how you could get close up to one of those and realize you better not F around.
Yes.
And the fact that they did this and somebody saw it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's
Yep.
great. And you have to put an end to it because, honestly, if you allow them to shenan once, they will shenanigan.
Oh, Jesus. And there he goes. All right, here's a follow-up story. The emergency slide that fell off of a Delta flight.
I'd like to apologize.
For Casey's joke.
No, it was good.
No, the emergency slide that fell off of the Delta flight, remember?
It's a follow-up story.
Yep. Departing from JFK on Friday, was found 2 days later. And listen to this. Here's the ironic part of it. washed up in front of a beachside house of a lawyer whose firm happens to be suing Boeing over safety issues.
I thought you were going to say it washed up at like a kid's amusement park or something.
No, Jake Bazell.
That's hilarious.
Jake Bazell Links, a New York attorney whose firm filed a lawsuit against Boeing following the Alaska Airlines door blowout in January. Said he got a surprise on Sunday around noon when he looked out the window of his oceanfront home in Bell Harbor, Queens. There, trapped on the rocks within feet of his front yard, and a freak coincidence, was the emergency slide that fell off of the Boeing 76 jet airliner. He said, "We're right on the beach, and I saw it was sitting on the breakers." While officials had been searching for the missing slide in Jamaica Bay since Friday afternoon, turns out the slide was more far-flung than they expected, as his home faces the Atlantic Ocean. Bazell Linsk said that he went outside, got up close to take some pictures of the deflated yellow slide, noting that it appeared to be intact despite being tangled in the rocks and floating in the surf. He said, "I didn't want to touch it, but I got close enough to get a close look at it. Our case is all about safety issues at Boeing, and this slide is literally right in front of my house."
Wow.
Several hours later, a crew of Delta workers arrived, and they fished the chute out of the water and threw it into the back of a pickup truck. The FAA is investigating. Linsk is a partner at a law firm called Labaton Keller Succaro. Succaro, maybe.
Speak to Succaro.
Which sued Boeing on January 30th in federal court, alleging that the company made false and misleading statements about safety following the Alaska Air door blowout.
So undeployed, how much does this thing weigh? Do they
That's a
give
good question.
Yeah, because you imagine what if that hit a car?
Yeah, it's got to be heavy, I would think. When 3-year-old Sailor Class began complaining of monsters in her bedroom, her parents thought that it was just a figment of the child's overactive imagination.
You little dumb bitch.
But then a beekeeper discovered tens of thousands of honeybees above the girl's bedroom.
Wow, she was hearing stuff.
Yep, it was in Charlotte, North Carolina. Her mother, Ashley, and her husband thought nothing of it. She said that they had just shown their daughter the movie Monsters, Monsters, Inc., and she said, we even gave her a bottle of water and said that it was monster spray, that she could spray the monsters away, any of them at night. But over the following months, Sailor became more insistent that there was something in her closet. It began to make more sense when Mrs. Mace's class noticed bees swarming in a cluster near the attic and the chimney outside of their 100-year-old house. They thought Sailor might be hearing the buzzing near her bedroom ceiling, so she called a pest control company, and they found that the insects were honeybees. She and her husband contacted a beekeeper who noticed the insects were traveling towards the floorboards of the attic right above the daughter's bedroom. The bees had spent 8 months building a monster hive. The beekeeper brought a thermal camera to scan the walls, and he said he had never seen a hive go that far down into the wall. He tracked it to a coin-sized hole in the corner of an attic vent. The beekeeper opened the wall to reveal a large honeycomb, and they removed between 55 and 65,000 bees and 100 pounds of honeycomb.
Man.
There have been 3 extractions by reverse vacuuming the insects out of the wall to put them in boxes, and they're being relocated to a honeybee sanctuary, by the way. All right, and then we will do one more story and wrap it up. Let's end with this one. This is a wild story. It was Friday afternoon in Omaha, Nebraska, and Roger Slatton had just left work. He got a phone call that would change his life. A tornado was spotted near his home in the Elkhorn neighborhood, and he needed to get to safety. His friend urged on the other line. Roger turned his vehicle around, raced toward the home he shared with his wife, Lindy, and brother, Royce. Lindy was at work, but Roger called ahead and his brother and told him to grab the 2 dogs and get to the basement. Roger pulled into the driveway, ran inside, but neither brother made it to the basement. Just 1 minute later, a tornado with at least 136 mile per hour winds ripped the brothers out of their home and reduced it to rubble. These guys survived.
It's amazing.
It sucked them out of the house. Basements or the lowest, most interior rooms of a building are the safest place to be during a tornado, but when this one hit the Slatton home, the brothers were running to an upper floor to search for their Yorkie poo, Nico. They couldn't find him, and it was too late to get to the basement. The tornado had arrived, and the house started to crumble around them. He said, we could feel the floor separate from the foundation. As soon as the wind got under it, it just vaporized the upper end of the house. The brothers locked eyes for a moment before they were thrown from the house. Roger remained conscious. He was thrown in the air doing head over heel cartwheels. Whee! while being pummeled with debris before he hit the ground, only to be pinned down by more rubble. He said, I face planted on the ground and I got buried in rubble, which luckily protected me from getting sliced up by any glass, but my legs and one arm were pinned.
It's amazing.
Royce only recalls snippets of his descent through the air. He said, I remember being ripped out towards the back of the house. I was lifted. I remember hitting the ground and coming to afterwards and just feeling the whole house is ripping into my back. He landed in the backyard. Unlike Roger, Royce wasn't pinned by any debris and made it to a neighbor's house running on pure adrenaline. He said, once I got up, I started screaming Roger's name because I didn't see anybody and I thought he was dead for sure. Roger was able to get one hand free. He called 911. First responders arrived and they freed him, but Royce was nowhere to be found until a neighbor pointed Roger in the right direction, and then their reunion was a massive relief. Shortly after the brothers' reunion, rescuers pulled Tiny Nico, the dog, from the rubble. And hours later, their other dog, Rogan, was rescued by the Humane Society just down the road, and they were all okay.
It's an amazing story. There's every reason they should not be here.
Royce was cut up badly. His injuries required 22 stitches, and he said it's painful to walk. He didn't have any shoes on when the tornado hit and had to walk barefoot through debris. And Roger didn't fare much better. He was punctured in the back by a nail and received multiple cuts on his face, and the house was totally destroyed. But they survived, man. That's a wild story. All right, and that is what I have for you in the Bizarre File this morning. All right, we are going to take a quick break. Remember, Gateway Regional High School in Woodbury Heights, New Jersey is our first school chosen for Coolest Teacher of the Year. You have until 6 a.m. tomorrow to vote, so you can go to PrestonandSteve.com if you're a student there and get your vote in for who you think deserves it. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment. Stay with us. Space Hog on 93.3 WMMR. In the meantime, it's 8:25, Preston and Steve Show. It's a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. 81 degrees and sunshine today. We're right in the heart of it. It's just beautiful weather. 88 tomorrow, a little warmer, partly cloudy skies. That's our high. And then Friday, 70 degrees. It's going to be a cooler weekend. We're looking at mid-60s or so. And we'll see how that holds up. Maybe a slight chance for afternoon showers. I'm doing, as I mentioned a while ago, the Walk a Mile in Her Shoes event in Collegeville with Laurel House. We've got the link on PrestonandSteve.com if you would like to sign up. And traditionally it rains on that day. But we'll see how it comes out this year.
I think it'd be good.
I think it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
We're going to take a look at traffic. Kathy, what's going on this morning?
Pretty heavy this morning. We're stopped on the Blue Route northbound 95 to the Media Bypass, southbound side the Mid-County tolls to the Schuylkill. Media Bypass to McDade Boulevard. On the Boulevard, southbound, you're stopped from Fox onto the Schuylkill Expressway. Schuylkill westbound jams Passyunk to the Vine. City to Belmont, and then from the Blue Route out to Gulf Mills, eastbound side, the Blue Route into Belmont Boulevard to South Street. A 95 southbound, one straight line from Academy into the Vine Expressway. The Vine westbound jams the Ben Franklin Parkway to the Schuylkill. We still have that accident on 422 eastbound, jams Oaks to Trooper. The accident off to the left shoulder. And then on Erie Avenue between Old York Road and 10th Street, we've got a closure here. This is because of a fire that is now under control. And in Delaware, all lanes blocked on Capitol Trail, Route 2, both directions between Red Mill and Upper Pike Creek Road. Again, that's because of a crash. This traffic report brought to you by Whole Foods Market. Find sweet savings at Whole Foods Market. Get 16 ounces of organic strawberries for $3.99 with Prime through May 7th while supplies last. Shop in-store or online. Terms apply. And that's your traffic on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, thank you very much, Kathy. With this gorgeous weather, I think maybe people have vacationing on their mind.
Oh, yeah.
And getting away to some beautiful destination. And I actually have a few different stories that focus on vacation.
I think you're all in the head.
That wasn't
That's the wrong one.
That's not what I wanted.
That's perfect, though.
It fits.
That's perfect.
Definitely
I
fits.
think you're
Okay.
What
All
did you
right.
mean to play?
Vacation by the Go-Go's.
I love that, though.
Yeah.
That's from National Lampoon's
Think
Family
you're all effed
Vacation.
in the
I think
head.
you're all effed.
Yeah.
I think you're all in the head.
It's time to take off with the travel agent.
Oh, I'm the travel agent now.
That's right.
Oh, my God. I think you're all effed in the head, man. That's what I
It's one of
think.
my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
I think you're all in the head. We're 10 hours from a fun park and you want to bail out.
All right, so Optimos Travel has released a list of the most affordable vacation destinations in America.
Okay.
And I'm gonna preface this with a different story. So I was, I just doing prep work. I'd find great lists of interesting things, and there was a list of, it was a list of all-inclusive resorts not in the Caribbean. I was like, okay,
cool.
That might be kind of interesting. It turned out a lot of them were beach locations. They just weren't in the Caribbean, and one of them was an American one, and it was in Vermont, and it was like a mountain. All inclusive.
See, that's interesting because you never hear about that. As you're right, it's always beach or shore associated.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of those there are because that's enticing as well.
Well,
is it a dump?
No. I'm gonna find it because I sent it to myself and then I took it at home and I told Rochelle about it and we were like, well, let's pull up and see what it's all about.
Interesting.
But I want to find the name of it for you. And I'm looking in my sent emails because I sent it to myself from a different account. Yeah, here we go. It's called Twin Farms.
Twin Farms.
And so I'm like, yeah, it looks beautiful. I'm looking at the pictures. I'm like, well, why don't we see what it's like to book a room?
Okay, how much?
All right. So for 3 days, it was $3,500.
What?
And I'm like, oh, man.
Wait, but it's all inclusive?
It is.
I know. So, like, what do you like? And I prefer an all inclusive if I'm going down to a Caribbean, but I don't know how cost effective it is. I just like the idea of not having to worry about. Okay, I can just leave my room, and if I want some food over here, drink.
That's
over
what you're
there.
paying for.
You're paying to not have to bring a wallet with you. Now the this looks lovely.
Looks
though.
beautiful,
Preston,
doesn't it?
resort, yeah.
To me, if you go to the Caribbean, it's typically going to be a little bit cheaper. I mean, if you look at prices now, it's not that much cheaper. So that is expensive, but to me, that's not like, oh my God. I mean, if you think about the food that you're going to spend.
Well, the restaurant, the food looked fantastic.
The drinks you're going to have, like anything.
That's a good point. And is there entertainment and stuff on the premises? I mean, the place itself is your entertainment. Yeah.
It's like woodsy stuff, canoeing and hiking. And
do you have to pay extra for that stuff, or is it included? Okay.
It's all inclusive. So I didn't, to be honest, I didn't do a deep dive on it because I saw the number and I'm like, I don't feel like shelling out that for 3 days or whatever. But I don't know. It depends on what you're after. But I thought I had a little bit of sticker shock.
Well, listen,
I haven't done an all inclusive in ages. I haven't really priced them. I have no idea what they go for.
So and
here I am, the damn tour guide guy,
the travel agent.
Travel agent.
The
Thank
travel
you.
agent didn't even do his homework.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this.
A couple of songs from a new LP we'd like to do.
What is this,
dude? Come on, man. They have to end
some problems with the flight today. I want to apologize for you. We played the wrong clip from Vacation, and that sounded like a concert.
I'm playing Traveling Man
by Bob Seger.
But
it's live,
and they don't indicate that it's
live
live
version. And we'll try it again.
All right. Anyway,
the river cruise that I did, there's like the Vikings. I did Tauk, I should say, and that was all inclusive.
Okay. So this travel company looked at a list of over 100 well-known spots in the U.S. This is affordable vacations, by the way.
Yes. You don't want to have to mortgage your house to go on vacation.
Yeah, these are in America, and essentially it just gives you locations. It doesn't give you, like the full place to stay or anything. So the cost of a 7-day vacation for a family of four of four. Where is this? Oh, okay. So the place they found that is the least expensive vacation destination, Outer Banks, North Carolina.
Outer Banks. Yeah. A lot of people love Outer Banks.
And you know what, man? Your dollar goes far there, especially compared to the Jersey Shore. And I love the Jersey Shore. I spent my entire life growing up there. Yep. But if you spend $1,000 for a house for a week or whatever the cost is in the Outer Banks versus that same amount of money in New Jersey, you're going to get a much bigger house. They're wide beaches. It's a drive. It's a pain in the ass to get down there. Yeah. And you can't really fly to the Outer Banks. You can't, there's no real convenient airport.
You're still driving.
You're still driving, and obviously you can load up all this stuff and get to the Jersey Shore a lot faster. But your dollar goes a lot farther in the Outer Banks.
So, Nick and Preston, when was this released? Because I actually looked at the Outer Banks for this summer little vacation, and it was not much cheaper than the Jersey Shore.
No kidding.
It's not, but you're getting the bigger house, and
it was. For what I was getting. Sorry, I was saying for what I was getting. Like I compared. It was not.
It was up there,
and it was not. It just wasn't that big of a difference, and that's what people always say is like you're getting much more going down there, and it really wasn't. And for that drive, for me, it was not worth it.
I'd be curious to find out what most people's experiences would be. I'd heard the same thing about you getting more bang for your house buck down at the Outer Banks. My question would be what amenities wise and places to visit wise, what you got.
Yeah, Kitty Hawk School.
Well, from what I've been told, or the people who have done this themselves, part of it is you just kind of stay at that house because a lot of them have a pool and a game room and all kinds of stuff for kids to do.
Hot tub.
Large spread. Kathy, by the way, this was a recent study, and they said in the Outer Banks, this is the average vacation for 7 days for a group of a family of 4, $3,248. So for a full week, a family of 4, $3,248.
All right.
So I don't know if that includes, if they're saying that's the overall cost that you'll be spending the entire time, or if that's
For the
just
house.
the rental. I don't really know.
How much if you throw in 2 smelly friends?
Number 2 is Charleston, West Virginia.
Oh, it's just there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty town. West Virginia is gorgeous. It really is, and it's an easy state to make fun of. One of the issues I have with West Virginia, it's very difficult to navigate. The roads are so windy. There's a lot. I mean, it's the mountain state. There's a lot of ups and downs, and so it's difficult to get in and out of that place. But once you're there, it's very, very pretty.
Gorgeous scenery.
Yeah, it really is. And there's a new, or relatively new national park, New River Gorge in West Virginia.
And also, Kathy, a lot of people are texting in about Outer Banks. I think a lot of times you can get a house right on the beach.
Yeah.
And you've got
I'm
lots
just saying
of space.
What I looked at, it wasn't worth it.
Okay. Then you have number 3 on this list is Helen, Georgia.
Helen, Georgia.
Not familiar. Tybee Island, Georgia.
I heard of that one.
As well. You've heard of that?
Yeah, that's like not too far from Hilton Head.
Okay.
Which is in South Carolina, but you get in the ocean, then go south.
Just keep swimming.
Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Now, I've been there as a kid. We went there a few times, and that's it's kind of tourist trappy.
Beach resorty?
No, not beach resort. It's in Tennessee, so there are no beaches there. And I don't even think it's a lake. I think it's just like a mountain town or something like that.
Okay, I just wonder if it's a lake, yeah.
I'd have to go back and look at it again. Nick, if you can look up Gatlinburg and see if there is any large body of water nearby, because that would probably be,
it's usually
rivers.
based around some sort of water.
You know what? It's relatively close to Dollywood and Pigeon Forge.
Oh, that's the attraction. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, tourist trappy.
I always think some based near water of some sort.
But also the Smoky Mountains National Park is right there as well.
Sedona, Arizona.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
And a number of times.
And they're saying it's cheap?
That's what it says. It says they analyzed the daily meal expenses, cost of public transportation, accommodations, and attractions fees. And so, yeah,
a lot to do there. You're doing for free because you're hiking. So maybe that.
Yeah.
That
it's beautiful. It has the town has a cool vibe. A lot of alien activity. UFO stuff. If you want a rectal probe, that's where you go.
They got that McDonald's with the blue arches.
The blue arches.
Number 7 on this list is a place for some reason I've always wanted to go. Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
Cape Cod is gorgeous.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
We stayed.
Okay.
Now, mind you. They've been having issues with a robust great white population. That's sharks. But we stayed at a place called Chatham.
Yeah.
The Chatham Inn.
Chatham's really nice. It's
gorgeous.
Right on the elbow.
Yeah.
The issue with Cape Cod, Preston, is
Getting out there?
essentially one road in and out.
That's it.
And most of the time it's 2-lane highway. So you can go putt-putt getting there.
Gotcha. By the way, when we were flying to Florida this past time for spring training, I got a really good view of Cape May from the air. And Nick pulled up a map of Cape Cod. And now I understand, and I've seen maps, obviously, of Cape May and the area, but now I know why it's called Cape, because it does have that land feature that kind of swirls out and looks like a cape.
Like a cape.
And that's where they get the term from that. All right, so then we have Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Wow.
It's number 8.
What?
Really?
Hey, did you drive through there?
Vacation?
Yeah.
Stayed there twice. But I didn't really see anything. We got there at night and left in the crack of dawn.
Your perception is, though, that eventually they do have daylight.
Eventually they do. But you know what? We did actually have a nice dinner there. We went to a nice little steakhouse. But
Really?
That's all I can tell you.
I don't know what would attract you as a vacationer.
A steak dinner?
Maybe a steak dinner to go to Oklahoma City.
It's pretty. I was there 30 years ago or whatever, and I really enjoyed the drive. And I was shocked at how nice it was there.
Really?
Yeah.
Did Tiger King take place there? Was it Oklahoma City?
That was Oklahoma.
It was in Oklahoma.
Yeah. I think when they needed meat supplies, they drive in Oklahoma City.
All right. Here's one. Bend, Oregon.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Oregon, the Pacific Northwest is gorgeous.
It's on the ocean.
But I don't know what Bend is on the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been there. I've been to Bend. I don't remember a lot about it.
Well, it's apparently an affordable vacation destination.
Kathy would probably contest all these, though.
And
Why?
Well, I mean, because I bet you if it seems like they're hitting in a slightly more.
No, I'm wrong.
What?
It's not on the ocean. I was thinking of Bandon. My bad.
Yeah. Bandon Dunes is a great golf course.
Bend is not too far from our favorite town in Oregon, Eugene.
All right. Well, we're looking at pictures. So, but there's a Eugene. There's some beautiful water features there via a river and maybe a lake. So I guess that's attractive. And then the last one on this list is these are affordable American destinations. Vacation destinations. Monument Valley, Utah.
Oh, wow. You've been, right, to Monument Valley?
No,
Yeah.
I've been to Utah, but not Monument Valley. I mean, Utah is, the topographically is just beautiful.
I would
So-
love to go back because it's been forever since I was there, and I know that they've opened up a Geno's.
There are 5 national parks in southern Utah, and it's incredibly beautiful to visit. Preston, can I ask that question that I posed on the conference call last night, or do you want to save that for later?
What was it?
About driving west?
As far as you want some suggestions, or sure.
I'm planning on driving from Philly to either Denver or Fort Collins in Colorado this summer, and I'm going to hit 2 national parks going west. The first is Cuyahoga Valley, which is outside of Cleveland in Ohio, and then the next one is called Indiana Dunes National Seashore, and that's right on Lake Michigan, not too far from Chicago. After that, going west, I really don't have any plans, and it's a big country, and there's a lot to see and do. So if anyone has any ideas sort of in between Chicago area and Denver/Fort Collins, please let me know, because I have a few days to kill and would love to hear some cool suggestions.
So your regular email, Nick?
Yeah, Nick at WMMR.com, or hit me up on Instagram or whatever. And I love exploring and seeing new places. And Casey, your road trips were pretty damn awesome. So I'm going to do some of that, I think, just north of the way that you did the route.
Marissa was just saying that she's building a webpage. So if anybody wants to go to the webpage, and they can make their suggestions that way as well.
Nice.
All right, and Nick, here's some suggestions. This was from USA Today. These are less crowded alternatives to the most popular national parks.
Okay.
I know you want to hit all the national parks, but I know you're a wilderness guy, and maybe you want to go some places that aren't as jam-packed,
like Dookie Valley,
as national parks. But Dookie Valley may be a spot for you. No, this is experts are sharing the alternatives to go to. So I'll give you some ideas. Instead of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, visit Cherokee, North Carolina. It's where the park's quieter entrance, Oconaluftee, is, and it's home to the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians.
It's less a park than it is a large sump, but it is still interesting.
Great Smoky Mountains National Park had almost 13.3 million visitors last year.
Wow.
And if you're looking for less crowded, Cherokee has a similar feel. Other alternatives in the area are Nantahala National Forest, North Carolina, Pisgah National Forest, North Carolina, and Shenandoah National Park in Virginia.
Those are all around Manthe.
Manthe.
Shenandoah is great.
You have very large hands.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I've been to Shenandoah a few times. It's beautiful. I think Great Smoky Mountains, which is on the border of North Carolina and Tennessee, is the most visited national park of all of the national parks.
Wow.
And it's because it's easy to get to. People can drive there.
It says here, instead of Grand Canyon National Park, visit Sycamore Canyon. Sycamore. Grand Canyon sees 4.7 million visitors. Yeah, that's way less than Smoky Mountains. And Sycamore Canyon, also in Arizona, offers vibrant cliffs, towering pinnacles, and Sycamore Falls with fewer visitors. Other alternatives include Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park, Colorado, Palo Duro Canyon State Park in Texas, and Petrified Forest National Park in Arizona.
Petrified Forest. So I'm trying to think if I've been anywhere near this.
My dad and I went to the Petrified Forest. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Was it cool?
Yeah, very cool.
I did Grand Canyon last year, and right in the height of it, and there was a lot of people there. It was crowded, but I didn't find it to be overwhelming or take away from the experience.
Not shoulder to shoulder.
No.
What time of year was this?
In the summertime.
Okay.
I think whatever our vacation was last year. I forget, July.
Yeah.
Black Canyon, the Gunnison, is really cool. It's in southwest Colorado, and I went there a few years ago. It's got really, really steep walls, and when you look down into it, you're looking back in millions of years of erosion, and it's a fascinating place. And it's you can really only go to the north or to the south. In the Grand Canyon of Arizona, you can kind of drive around. It's a long way to drive around, but you can do both. But the north or south of Black Canyon and the Gunnison takes a long time to get around.
All right, here an alternative to Zion National Park. It says visit Belly of the Dragon hike.
Belly of the Dragon.
Or no, Belly of the Dragon or hike or Kanab Sand Caves.
Kanab Sand Caves.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
It does sound pretty wild.
Yeah, Kanab is how you spell that.
I stayed in
Go
Kanab.
anywhere near the Kanab Sand Cave. That's where the Gorthon lives.
The what?
The Gorthon.
Gorfon.
So now,
Casey, you went to Kanab?
That's where I stayed there. Yeah. When
really?
I did, yeah, because it's like you can kind of go anywhere from there. So I stayed in Kanab with my cousin, and we went to Zion, we went to Bryce, and we did Grand Canyon as well.
So, do you recommend it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and so these are more less crowded, less traveled park options. I assume with that comes perhaps a less expensive experience.
Maybe. This is a different list than the expense thing, but it's just
this is by weight,
an alternative. But did you go near the sand caves in Kanab and?
No, I would have. I mean, we did a bunch there. I mean, we went to Pink Coral Coral Sand Dunes, and so Steve, it was so inexpensive when we went out there that we hired a travel guide
nice.
to take us
like
everywhere.
A travel agent.
And it was awesome because he knew all the back roads. Like at one point when we were going to Bryce, like we just cut through this ranch.
Nice.
You had to get out and move the fence. And
we have an audio of your tour guide, by the way.
I think you're all in the head. We're 10 hours from the fun park, and you want to bail out.
Preston, that photo that we just had up in the studio, it's called The Wave, and it's this really unique and interesting-looking rock formation in southern Utah. It's not too far from Kanab as well.
Wow.
When thinking about any of these places, keep in mind that some of them require permits, and some of those permits are difficult to get to. So if you want to go to The Wave or you want to go to places around Kanab, sometimes you have to get backcountry permits, and
really?
Sometimes, sometimes you have to do it like a year in advance.
And all the wildlife will narc you out if they see you.
No, like you got to go through BLM.
You can't get in, right?
You can't. Yeah, you can't. Bureau of Land Management. There are things that you have to do in order to do these trips. Sometimes.
Is it because of the potential danger if you're not an experienced hiker?
It's overcrowding.
Okay. All right. Well, they're saying it's an alternative to crowding. So, more options include Canyonlands National Park, Utah, Snow Canyon State Park, Utah, and Valley of Fire. I've heard of that.
Yeah. Fire!
State Park, Nevada, by the way.
What about Clyde Peeling's Reptile World?
It's not on the list, but I've heard that's very affordable.
We drove through Valley of Fire, and we were trusting Waze, and it had us turn down the road was not paved, and we made it maybe a quarter of a mile, and we were like,
we got to come back.
We really do have to turn around because
this is going to turn out bad.
It was already turning out bad, and it was only going to get worse.
Casey, Cindy.
So that's why when we drove across the country, I made sure to buy an atlas, just because when you're out in that area, there's no cell service,
right?
So we needed that atlas.
Wow. Instead, and this is the last one on their list, instead of Yellowstone National Park, visit the surrounding area like West Yellowstone. West Yellowstone offers similar activities like fly fishing, whitewater rafting, and ATV, UTV, and snowmobile trails without the nearly 4.5 million visitors Yellowstone gets.
So what are you more naturally attracted to, coastline or canyons, inner mountains, things of that nature?
Wow.
Where would you naturally be drawn to?
Probably coastline, just because it makes me want to drink more. You know what I mean? It's just,
Kathy?
I don't know.
Definitely coastline. However, like I said, did Grand Canyon, Sedona, all of that last year.
Yeah.
And that was a really nice change. I'm glad I got to experience it. But typically, I will
coastline.
Gravitate to the
the
coastline.
water. There's something about the
drawn
water.
to the water,
It's
like
just
Ernest
phenomenal.
Hemingway.
Even if it's brown, like the Jersey Shore.
Although later in the day, it turns a bluish hue. It's nice. Other alternatives include Lassen Volcanic National Park in California.
Yeah, I was trying to go there last year. It's also removed. It's a chore to get there, but worth it.
Theodore Roosevelt National Park.
I just pulled that up for you, Preston.
It's in North Dakota.
Yeah, and the reason to go there is if you want to go to Yellowstone, where there is a ton of wildlife and a lot to do and see. But if you want to go to those parks just to see wildlife, I've heard that Theodore Roosevelt National Park, which is actually bifurcated, there's two of them. There's a ton of wildlife there and not nearly the crowds because it's North Dakota versus Wyoming.
Okay. And then the last one they mention is Wind Cave National Park in South Dakota. Familiar with that one too?
Yeah. It's not too far from the Badlands.
Okay. Hang on a second. We got a couple of calls I'm going to go to. Circling back to Gatlinburg, I've got Kevin. Hey, Kevin, good morning.
Hey, man, been in the hoop too, 47 minutes. Just had a little accident, that's all.
Just a little accident.
That's an old one, man. Good.
Kevin, so you vacation in Gatlinburg?
Every year, it's Eastern Tennessee. It's one of the greatest places to go on vacation. It's super cheap, and you could go there for like 10 days for what it would cost a family of 5 to go to Disney for one. And there's so much to do. I totally second going to that area. I know it's very visited in Smoky Mountain National Park, but in a little town called Sweetwater, they have the world's largest underground lake. You go down in a cave.
Oh, that's cool.
A glass-bottom boat ride, and they put trout in there in the 70s to see what would happen, and they wound up thriving because the water's so mineral-rich. Okay. It's a really great experience.
So the world's largest underground lake. Aren't you close also to that, the Alcatraz Museum? Or where's the OJ... No, it's the Alcatraz Museum.
No, that's near Pigeon Forge, which I guess is near this, Gatlinburg. Yeah, it's in Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
So,
yes, sir. It's very nice. There are a lot of mountaintop wineries. I mean, you can get just as smashed there as you can the coastline.
Right.
What about how far is Dollywood from there?
About an hour.
Okay,
that's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it, man.
Interesting.
Yeah, that'd be a good family thing because there's lots of stuff to do, things for you to go and experience. And then we're going to go to Rob, worked for the Forest Service in Cherokee, North Carolina. Hey, Rob, morning.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good, buddy. Oh, so we had mentioned Cherokee.
So it wasn't Cherokee, but nearby. You mentioned the Nantahala Forest. Kind of close to Cherokee and the Great Smokies. The Nantahala Forest is a great spot if you love hiking and, backcountry camping. Almost every trail down there on the Nantahala ends in either like a beautiful mountain vista or a waterfall or both.
Okay.
It's a great spot for hiking, backcountry camping. It's the land of waterfalls.
Hey, Rob, if you do want to go to Great Smoky Mountains National Park, where do you recommend staying?
Well, I haven't been there myself, but the Nantahala Forest is pretty close to the Great Smokies. I mean, you're only maybe like an hour away from the Great Smokies as well if you're in that Nantahala Forest area.
Okay.
I worked out of a little town called Franklin, North Carolina, where you're about 84 miles from the start of the AT. If you start in the south, it's got about 110 miles of the AT going through it, in addition to a whole bunch of other trails. And it's a great spot that for through hikers on the AT. Almost everybody stops in Franklin. It's a town that's very friendly to the through hikers. So there's a lot of great activity going on.
It's like the town Rambo visit.
Yeah.
And then destroy.
Right,
No. All right, cool.
Such a big, beautiful country.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it. Yep. See you, man. Yeah, there's
so much to see.
It's massive.
And you don't need to go broke, getting to a lot of these places.
Yep, exactly. Case, is that all we have time for?
Yeah.
Well, I have a list of the best beaches in the world, but we'll have to get to that
That'll
another
have to be
time.
for another time. This has been the travel agent.
Thank you for booking with us. We will take a break because we have a guest who's on the way, and she is going to be performing at Parks Casino tomorrow night. Tara Cannistraci will be on in just a few minutes. But a reminder, we have a secret text word, chance for you to win tickets to see Dane Cook. He's not going to be in town until October at the Met. So text the word secret to 39333. We have another shot at $1,000 coming up as well with Good Money, It, and more. So we'll break and come back with it. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
WMMR.
All right. Thank you very much, Kathy. Our next guest is going to be performing at the 360 Lounge, Parks Casino tomorrow night. Casey, you're going to be there tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll be hosting the event.
It's a great room. Yeah.
It is. And we're happy to have our next guest on who will be featured that evening. And we hope that you will join and welcome Tara Cannistraci.
You said it better than my doctor. Excellent.
Thank you. I toiled over it for a little while on how to say that properly, but Cannistraci?
Well, that's the proper Italian way to say it. Americanized, I say Tara Cannistraci, but yes.
You do say Cannistraci. Okay. All right. Wasn't sure about that. But you're fully Italian American.
A fully Italian American, yes.
All right. I had a friend who was, fully Italian American growing up, and he was very precise about pronunciations. And you seem to kind of roll with it. But is there one particular mispronunciation of an Italian word or phrase or name that just pisses you off?
I mean, my name, people have to say my name every time I go to work and get up on stage, and everybody messes it up. So my own name really twists me because it's pretty important to what I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're from the Bronx, born and bred, right? Okay.
Yes.
From New York as well. And I'm born in Manhattan, but reading about you, something jumped right out. You do a podcast with Chaz Palminteri, correct?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Chaz, we've had him on the show. That guy is so awesome.
Yeah, we love him.
A Bronx Tale, one of the best. Let me ask you something.
Have you ever seen the one-man show? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the one-man show is phenomenal. Tara, he has that sort of, way about him that I think he probably has great game with women because he just has that old Italian confidence thing. Do you agree with that?
No, because his wife makes sure that he doesn't.
Well, there you go. That would stop it.
Yeah, I'm sure he did back in the day. Yeah, absolutely. But he does have that real, demure, he's unassuming. You would never imagine you're going to see the performer you're going to see by meeting him.
Right. Well, how did this partnership come about between you and him?
About 7 years ago, he came to see me at a show. I was performing stand-up comedy, and I had been working with Danny Aiello previously, and he heard that there was an Italian from the Bronx.
Wow. How weird, right?
Doing her thing. And so he came and saw me, and we just kind of connected and clicked, and we started producing a show together. And then from there, just got really close over the course of the last decade. So
had Danny Aiello come to one of your shows as well? Because I was reading a story about when you found out he was in the audience, you waited.
I couldn't breathe until I heard his laugh.
Right.
It was Moonstruck was my favorite movie growing up. Probably the first time I saw people that looked and sounded like me and my family on a big screen. So to me, having him in the audience was epic.
So you stand up, you also acting and writing and the whole thing. I watched a short film of yours, The Chart, which I thought was very creative, and it's about, I don't want to give it's a short film, but it's about planning a wedding chart for all that stuff and that nightmare. And I was doing some research on you. There's a whole article in the New York Times about your wedding.
What?
How did that come about?
Well, my wedding was supposed to be in 2020 in New York City, but obviously my guests would have had more freedom in prison at the time. So we had scheduled it so many times that it kind of became a story because I wanted the party I planned, and I made it very Bronx-centric. So my wedding was actually held at the Bronx Zoo.
That's pretty awesome.
Wow.
Or was it awesome?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
All my vendors were from the Bronx. I really made it a tribute to where we came from.
How much of the zoo was available to you having your affair there?
People got to walk through the Madagascar out into my sea lion cocktail party.
Sea lion cocktail party.
They were definitely making fresh mozzarella right outside the sea lion.
That's pretty wild. So were you the phrase or bridezilla? Were you? I mean, was this the?
No, I joked. I mean, I wanted the party I planned. So for that, I made myself crazy. I didn't make anybody else crazy.
How big was the guest list?
It was a little over 200.
That's not bad.
It could have been 400 with Italians, but the zoo couldn't really contain that many.
Okay, so is that where the idea? Is that where the idea for the chart came? Because when you,
I had honestly, I wasn't even engaged at the time I did the chart. I just did it because it's so relatable, and
it really is
wedding, and so I made it like a Mafia Rico chart basically, and.
I had gone to a wedding after a recent breakup, and the ex-girlfriend got to sit with all my friends, and I sat with the hairdresser. And I'm like, these people that I don't even know, but and the reasoning behind it, because I talked to them, I'm like, why'd you stick me with your hairdresser? And they're like, you can talk to anybody. And so when you're going through that and you're going through hundreds and hundreds of people, like you have to sit down and have a conversation. Like, okay, who's Sally going to sit with? Who's Jim going to sit with? You know what I mean? So yes, it's 1,000% relatable.
Love the Casey's. Yeah. Put them anywhere. Put them by the bathroom.
Is there any hard and fast do and don't when putting together a chart like that? Because we did not have to labor over. We had a destination wedding, my wife and I, and it was a small group of people. But I know
smart. You are so smart.
Thank you. What? Because I know people just get torn up going through that process. What is it?
I didn't have a seating chart for my wedding. I made it a 4-hour cocktail party where you can sit at any table you want, sit wherever you want, stand wherever you want, and people still complained about that.
You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. Now, so your husband, I was looking at Instagram. He appears to play golf. You appear not to play golf.
I'm ready.
Are you good? Are you trying?
No, I think you can tell from the video. Those were very real observations I was just making out loud. So I think a lot of people found it funny until PGA reposted it, and then nobody found me funny.
Well, you pointed at something on one of the greens that looked like a cannoli. What was that?
I don't know. It was something I think it's something common in golf. I don't know, but
I know what it is. No, I haven't even seen it, and I know what you're talking about. It's a
yeah. And I was like,
it's
oh,
on the
look,
tee box.
insistently, we have cannoli out on the tee box.
Yeah, it's a marker to where you tee off.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah. It looks like a piece of wood, but it's shaped. It's a piece of wood, but it's shaped and cut like a cannoli shell. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Hey, I saw that also because going back to your podcast, you just recently had Frank Grillo on the show. I don't know how often you've had him on, but we've had him in the studio a couple of times. What an amazing, interesting guy.
Mm-hmm. I actually was out of town for that.
No.
Oh man! Yeah, the guy is awesome, and he's age defying, and you want to hate his guts because he's in the most incredible shape. Ever.
Not. What are you in your late 30s?
Yeah. A couple times over, yeah. Listen, since you're so authentically Italian, we've had raging conversations on the show.
Oh, I know what it's going to be, and we don't want to.
Now I have to ask because we've never really delineated a clarification. Preston, you know the question:
sauce or gravy?
This has been. I have a friend in my house that we got into a fight about it, and she's right now as you're asking me the question.
We kid you not. We had somebody call up.
The question. I usually turn it down on interviews.
Yeah. Because we had someone who came in, called on the show, and literally was slapped in the face.
Yeah. For the grandfather.
For grandfather. For asking that question.
Yeah.
She's not going to answer. She can't.
Because the thing is, I think it becomes such a sensitive situation for people because whatever word they heard is affiliated with a family member.
Yeah.
That they really love or whose kitchen they grew up in. And it becomes this who probably most likely is no longer here. And it becomes you're going to say what my grandmother said or my nonna said. That's not, and it becomes this I think that's why people are so passionate about it.
That makes sense. But you yourself, you're a pretty good cook. You love to cook?
I love to cook.
All right. So here's another one we're going to throw at you. This may freak you out. Raisins and meatballs. I was recently turned on to them. Nick's mother makes them that way, and I friggin' love them.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
Okay. You're saying no?
She's tapping out.
You can put raisins in my cereal, but that's about it.
All right.
How about cannolis on the golf course? Yes or no?
Well, actually, you get in trouble for saying cannolis because that's technically cannoli is plural.
Oh, cannoli is plural. Okay.
It's one plural.
All right.
I'm sorry. What's the singular version of it?
Cannoli.
Cannoli and cannoli.
Cannolo.
Ah. See, you are learned in the ways.
Man, we're learning stuff.
I'm educating morning radio. How great is this?
Now, is Italian like Spanish in that the O indicates masculinity and the A delineates femininity? I guess a cannoli or cannolo is kind of penis shaped, so that would make sense.
I mean, you said it, not me. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Canola.
It's very shafty.
Canola oil. That's very feminine.
Canola. I didn't even think about that.
So the my mind is reeling now at the possibilities.
Most
All right.
definitely.
Go ahead, Russ.
Well, listen, I was going to say we do have some tickets to give away to the show that Tara is going to be at. It is tomorrow night, and we can give away. I'll give away 2 pair of these right now.
Okay.
We'll take callers at 10 and 11 at 215-263 WMMR. Have you played Parks Casino yet, or is this your first time?
Yes, my second time or third, maybe. I think years ago I played it with Jackie Martling before I was headlining.
Jackie Martling.
Fabulous. Well, we hope you'll have a great time, and Casey will be there to welcome people. And
Are you doing comedy?
No. No. God, no. I would love
give her,
to.
come on.
Doing comedy.
Yeah.
Give her a good dad joke. Was that Siri I just heard or something?
Yes,
Is that who it was? Okay.
What the hell is she doing here?
That is great.
No. I'm not purposely funny. Everything I do that's funny is completely and totally by accident. So I will get up and I will greet everybody, and then I will let the professionals do what they do.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
All right, Tara, have a great time. We'll see you later. Thanks for joining us. You got it. Tara Cannistraci, or Cannistraci, as she
you got it right.
Stacey,
Give yourself credit
to go with. So, hey, while we have a few minutes to spare, I do want to remind you of a couple things. We do have Good Money It coming up at 10 o'clock. And a reminder that we have picked the first school for Coolest Teacher of the Year, Gateway Regional High School in Woodbury Heights, New Jersey. And you can go to PrestonandSteve.com to vote on that. But, yeah, I wanted to bring this thing up. I saw this. Rochelle and I were watching TV. I saw a commercial come on, and I had to pause for a second. And I'm like, is that what I think it is? And you know what? I think I sent an email. I keep sending emails to myself so I don't forget things.
Oh, smart, man.
Hang on. Let me see if I can find it, because I think I have the name of this company. I'm not 100% sure if I did that or not, but it was essentially, yeah, here we go. It was a way for you to lose weight. It was a weight loss company, and you get to bet.
Yes.
Okay, so you've seen this.
I've seen it many times. So the basic deal is if you lose the weight, you win the money.
You win money. So you're wagering
on whether you can do it.
Now, I don't know exactly how it works out, but you set some kind of a goal of the amount you want to lose by, I assume, a certain time frame. And if you hit that goal, and I guess there's a way to prove it, maybe through they have their doctors that you visit or something like that, and then they send you money, and they show people who have gotten like $1,200 and stuff like this. And I was like, okay, I don't know if this is legit or how this works or not, but it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Because what is going to motivate you more than your opportunity to get paid to lose weight you want to lose? Now, there's got to be a hitch. There's got to be a catch to it.
Well, the thing is, so I saw this documentary about this smoking cessation organization, and they would cut a finger off.
Oh, yes.
All right. I've heard about this.
So maybe that works too.
I would say
Putting
this.
the fear of God, of pain in you.
In this case, though, can't say.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the likelihood of lasting success with something like this, you know what I'm saying? You're kind of playing the odds and losing the weight and getting money back. I wonder if it's problematic because it's a reward. You get the reward for the cash, of dropping the weight, but you have to modify more.
Well, I know, but initially, a lot of people's goal is just lose the weight.
Yeah.
Lose the weight, that's step one. I'll worry about step two later on. And so therefore, I would think it would be, somebody who's just tried and tried and tried, and they're like, damn it, I need real motivation.
I can make some loot.
And maybe if I write down that dollar amount and keep it on my refrigerator, I will always remember that is the goal, is to get that money.
I've seen the commercial a number of times, and they suggest, and I forget if they do in the commercial, if they suggest this or not, how it is structured, how much you can win.
No.
Is it dependent upon how much weight you lose?
Like I said, I saw it in passing, and I jotted it down. I didn't find out what the company was. I don't know. Nick,
have you guys seen it? Have you guys seen it?
Do a little research on it.
So, Nick,
wager to lose weight or something like that.
Preston, I see it air mostly around the actually oddly enough the dinner time, like around 6:30, 7 o'clock. I've seen the commercial pop up a number of times.
Is it Healthy Wage?
I don't know.
Or healthywager.com?
I have no idea.
That's what the first search is that comes up. Healthy Wage TV spot and went up to $10,000.
Something like that.
Okay.
$10,000 would be a nice inducement. I would wonder though if there's no way you lose 2 pounds and you win $10,000.
No, there's got to be correlation with the amount you lose and in what amount of time. And, that can be unhealthy if you're trying to lose weight too quickly.
Yeah.
That can be, a doctor would suggest you don't do that. But
Okay. How much weight is a healthy amount? And I guess, this isn't a question you can ask for everybody, right? Let's just say you weigh 300 pounds.
Yes, that's healthy.
What's a healthy amount of weight to lose in 30 days' time when you weigh that much?
I would assume it would have to do with your height, your weight, your age, and things like that. I think that
and how much money you've wagered.
I think it's got to be per individual what is considered a safe amount to lose. Because obviously, doctors they don't want you to go on a quote unquote a crash diet and just lose as quickly as you can.
The Ozempic gauntness, we've been talking about that.
Yeah.
People have been doing that. You got to do it smartly.
The reason I ask is, would you? Let's say you weighed that much and you tried, just couldn't lose the weight or keep the weight off. If you were to take 30 days' time and essentially just be a captive, right? You just live in a cell and you eat what they give you, and that's it. And
there are clinics that are that essentially, Casey, where you are kept on the compound and you are given a strict diet. A lot of times it's a liquid diet, a managed liquid diet.
Right. Are you suggesting you commit a crime to be in jail for 30 days?
No, because then you can kind of eat what you want and
chi-chi and all that
chi-chi.
prison, that toilet wine is excellent.
So no, do not commit a crime.
All right.
You actually sign up for this,
right?
You spend your money, and then you basically live in a jail cell for 30 days.
Yeah, you sign consent form that says I will do what they tell me.
I think it might be worth, if you live near a prison, inquire if they have some sort of program.
Yeah, maybe there's an outpatient thing that we're not aware of.
All right, well, maybe we don't actually have to live in a prison cell. Maybe it's more like a hotel room,
right,
where you can't leave.
Right. Would you ever do like a fat camp, a weight retreat thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had the means and the time.
And the
right?
cash.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. And Dr. Mike is on the line. We're going to go to him in a second, but I want to go. This is Barb has done this thing that I saw the commercial for. Hi, Barb. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Barb, so tell us about your experience with this.
Well, I'm only motivated to lose weight if there's money involved.
Okay, it's honest. You know what you want.
So I saw this, and I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. So you pay like $20.
Yeah.
Of what you want to do,
No, I don't know. Explain it, please.
It's $20 a month.
Okay.
I wagered $20 a month.
Okay.
And in, 5 months, I had the 50 pounds off.
Okay, so you wager. I'm going to pay you $20 a month, and in 5 months, I have to lose 50 pounds to get X amount of dollars.
You got it.
So what is the return? So you're not just simply getting your money back. You're getting what exponent?
$650.
So for 5 months at $20 a month, at the end of it, by dropping 50 pounds, you receive $600.
Yes, and feel so much better.
All right.
So she made $500.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, and listen, Barb, here a couple of questions. How do you prove that you lost the weight?
Okay, you had to send in a video, which I did with my phone. You show the scale. You get on the scale and you show the weight, and you have to take like pictures. They want pictures of what you look like before you start.
So here's where I think there's inherent problems. You can doctor pictures. You can rig a scale.
Right.
I'm surprised that they're just leaving it to you.
I am too. I thought maybe they would enlist a doctor.
Like a center or,
Okay. So so you do that. What if you don't hit the goal?
Then you don't get the money.
Then you just don't get it's as simple as that.
So all the money you've paid in, you lose.
Yeah.
All right.
But chances are you've lost some weight by then.
And
although you didn't do their diet program.
But I'm also doing another program, Golo, and I've dropped 80 pounds.
Well, good for you.
Hang on, let me double back to the other one real quick. Do they offer diet plans for you?
I didn't get that much into it to look to see if they did that.
To me, that would seem like
so you just did it on your own.
I did it on my own, yeah.
Circus peanuts and Schlitz.
Why?
I think they're banking on people not losing weight.
Yeah, they're banking on people not losing weight.
That's it. The house, and more.
But if you look at some of the people who've done it, like they're paying $100 a month, and they're walking away with checks for $35,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Oh, so you can pay more. You can wager more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Barb. I appreciate that. I want to congratulations on your weight loss. I didn't know. So, okay. Wow. How is this legal?
It's probably
It's gambling. If gambling, it is gambling. Yeah.
And it's also, we're talking about a health issue here. Okay, anyway.
Well, gambling's healthy.
Our Xfinity mobile guest line is lit up with the good doctor. So, of course, we got to go to him from Fox 29 and Penn Medicine. Our savior, Dr. Mike Sirigliano, is on the line. Hey, Dr. Mike.
Just because Steve and I spent time together on Saturday.
And it was great. By the way, when Mike says he uses a copious amount of lube for the rectal check,
he does.
He does, man. It's awesome.
He loves us like that.
He's the master.
Listen. Surveys show that I use more KY than most other doctors, and now they were dentists.
Right.
Okay,
those were dentists.
Listen, why split hairs?
Anyway, so look, the use of financial incentives, if you will, has been studied academically, found to be effective ways to get people to lose weight, eat healthier. I mean, there's a lot of interest in providing good nutrition and providing a way to incentivize to get people to do the right thing. And so I don't have a problem with that. The thing is, I'm not crazy about people getting on extreme diets because invariably a lot of them will then gain the weight back. So what I tell my patients is you need to change your life. You need to work on something you can maintain the rest of your life. Now, that is before the whole world changed with Ozempic and Mounjaro and Wegovy and Zepbound. And now there are, you can't get it. That's how many people are using those medications. And to be honest with you, Wegovy was just approved for reduction in heart risk by 50%.
It's
heart
amazing.
Attack and stroke
It's amazing.
in people with underlying heart disease. So weight loss is key. And historically, there have been some medicines, they worked okay. Diet and exercise is still the critical thing. But, there's Weight Watchers. There's all kinds of ways to skin the cat. And I just want to say this very quickly. Back in the day, in the 20s and 30s, most of people's income went to providing food for the family. Now, you can't walk 2 feet without finding a calorie that's free.
Right.
You look around. Is there a calorie within 5 feet of you?
Kathy's a little morsel.
Okay. So, you go, because I've been there, you go where the coffee place, I'm sure.
No, yes, you're right. Vending machines and food abounding. Yeah, the accessibility to it is extensive.
And it's cheap.
So my quick question to you, Mike, I know we have the expertise level here on this. So with this stuff, and as these drugs that are Ozempic originally not marketed, I remember they said, and you might even lose some weight, was kind of the sell for its initial real purpose. And now you have these drugs that are being tailor-made to this. What is the new Lamborghini of these drugs that has the safest side effect profile that people are going after?
Well, the first one was semaglutide, which is Ozempic or Wegovy. Then there came tirzepatide, which is a little different, and that is Mounjaro or Zepbound. Now, I'm told that there are several other drugs in the works that may even have less side effects.
Okay.
Right now, the biggest problem for people like me is getting patients to find them and getting insurance to pay for them. That's the major problem right now. But I'm telling you, I have patients who come into my office. I don't recognize them. I'm afraid that there's a new patient sitting there. But it's my regular patient who has lost so much weight. They look phenomenal. And there's no question. It will prolong your life. It reduces risk of stroke, heart attack, type 2 diabetes, you name it. And you're right, Steve. They originally were designed and they were being touted as diabetes medicines, type 2 diabetes medicines.
I'm hoping that they will find a way to make it work to where the medications like this, A, are not going to be as expensive and you can be able to afford them over the counter and maybe be able to use them for just that. I need to lose 20 some odd pounds and I want to maintain that. You know what I mean, Dr. Mike? Do you see a future
of
that?
This whole thing, like this shaming of people that are on these medicines is absolutely wrong. Because look, as long as it's safe and effective, and we're getting people to lose weight, I don't care how we get there. You want to, run across the country back and forth, like Forrest Gump did.
Yeah, right.
You want to get on a restricted calorie program. That's fine too. Whatever it takes. I don't really have a dog in the fight in terms of how we get there, as long as it works and you're able to keep it off.
Well, it's not magically dissolving the food that goes in your body and you're being a total glutton and you're losing weight. That way it curbs your appetite some and you are eating less. You're eating, and it's up to you what you eat, but it's not like it's a
no.
You know what I mean?
That makes more sense to me because it's helping to curtail that.
Yeah.
Right. And remember, Preston, it's not just food amount, it's quality of food.
Oh, yeah.
And so you hear all the time increased risk of cancer and diabetes, and even young people getting more and more things like colon cancer at younger ages. It's something environmental, and I think that part of it is we like to have food that is available, that stays there forever, doesn't go bad, and it's highly processed. And that's where we have a problem. And in many underserved areas, you try to find a head of broccoli.
Yeah.
You'll never find one. But you can get a lot of potato chips and stuff.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
All right.
Yep,
wise
exactly.
words.
Totally understood. All right. Thank you, Dr. Mike. We love you.
Love you guys.
Love you.
All right. On our Xfinity mobile guest line. Let me go to, I have Jeremy, a certified obesity educator. And go to him real quick. Hi, Jeremy. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, what's up, Jeremy?
What's going on? Hopefully I can educate you on some obesity.
Yeah. Hey, Jeremy, can you talk about intuitive eating, which is a new sort of phrase that I've heard that's crept into my lexicon over the last month or two?
Can you repeat that?
Intuitive eating?
Ooh, intuitive eating. I have not heard that one yet. I mean, I'm guessing it's eating with thought and purpose. I mean, that's something that you can practice with anything that's been going on for a long time. I mean,
Like it'd be more like, I'm going to eat that cookie.
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, it is. So rather than doing crash dieting, right, and depriving yourself of these things, and then ultimately you just end up going back to binge eating and overeating and stuff, that you don't deprive yourself of these things, but you just don't go crazy on it. Listen to your body, and you take that last bite and maybe sit for a second before you have another bite, just to because it takes a little while for your body to actually send the signals to your brain, right?
Well, to that point, so Jeremy, that the notion of listening if you are craving something, if you find yourself craving something that might be a little bit more salty or sweet, to acquiesce to that a little bit because maybe your body's telling you something. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, well, and the tough part is, I mean, there's a bunch of podcasts on this that I listen to, and we've gone through this at Harvard Medical School, but we've evolved over time to crave sugary, high calorie, high salt, high fat diets because that kind of food was what kept us alive when we were hunter gatherers, and our bodies evolved slowly. Right, so now that, like Dr. Mike was talking, all the calories are free and available, our body still thinks that we need to pack on the pounds to save ourselves from famine or sickness or whatever, and that's just not the case. Our bodies have not caught up to our environment yet.
That does make sense. Okay, so and with your stuff, which you've heard about the Ozempic and Wegovy, all of these competing things. Go ahead.
One thing I will say is it's got to be made clear that the Ozempics of the world, that is a type 2 diabetes medication, whereas the Wegovy is prescribed for patients with obesity.
Okay. Okay.
It's very clear.
All right. So there's the difference. Now, we were talking to Dr. Mike. Is there anyone that, because we are hearing that there are some side effects, people having great results, we are hearing some side effects. And then the balance is, well, are the side effects worse than what you might get from being obese and developing diabetes and all these other things. So what's your take on it?
Yeah, it's always tough, right? And so individualized. But I think the one thing is you got to weigh the risk of what obesity is going to do to you in the long run. So if you have obesity for 20 years, as compared to being able to reduce your body weight or body fat by 20% or more right now, or in the near term, what's that going to mean for long-term health? So are the short-term side effects, the nausea, the vomiting, stuff like that, is that worth it? Because you might be able to prevent or reduce type 2 diabetes, hypertension, hypercholesterolemia, whatever it might be. I would say that the side effect profile obviously is very individualized, but it's worth it for most people to lose that weight and then to reduce the risk of overall chronic disease, further on down the road in life.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
It does to me as well, yeah.
The one thing I wanted to tell you guys is typically without the medication, what they'll say is like a pound or two a week is a healthy weight loss and sustainable weight loss if you're just looking at the numbers.
Okay.
And 3,500 calories is 1 pound of fat. So imagine what it would take to have a 3,500 calorie deficit over time. That's why they say about a pound or two a week, but that's before the medications. The medications might be completely different.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
That makes total sense. Jeremy, we appreciate the info, man. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. You're the best.
All right, we'll see you,
thank
bud. Bye-bye. All right, yeah. Yeah, that's when I head down my weight loss journeys, if I feel that I need to tweak things up a little bit, about 1 to 2 pounds a week is about where I end up.
What would you say your average caloric intake is on those days?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really count the calories.
No.
Way back when Dr. Mike had turned us on to the Lose It app,
right,
I was really paying attention to calorie count.
Right.
Now it's more portions. I don't mind eating.
Feeling it.
Yeah. You literally use smaller plates and things like that and just eat less.
Casey, when you were talking about intuitive eating, is that reminiscent or similar to mindful eating? Like literally just paying attention to
it sounds like it,
everything that you put in your mouth?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I can't answer your question.
It might incriminate me.
First of all, I am not going to answer.
We're just glad Michael Corleone came here today.
I wanted to answer your question, but I couldn't. But so we have a guy that we work with in the office. His name's Tim, and Tim will go out and have a lunch. And let's say he orders a sandwich. He will eat half of that sandwich, and then he purposely will sit there and not eat the rest of the sandwich because he waits for his body to process the food and then send that signal to his brain saying, hey, you're satisfied.
You're not hungry anymore.
That's what I've tried to tell. Like Rochelle's dad is a larger guy, and he will sit down, he'll load up full plate, boom, 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 swallow down, and then he'll go get another one immediately and fill it back up. And
Without
I'm like,
letting it sit.
If he would just sit for 5 or 10 minutes, I will bet you won't go up for another serving.
Can you pretend that you have like an invisible friend that's eating with you?
I could.
Yeah. And you put a little plate over the other side.
And I know we're getting towards the end of this, but that conversation we had with Ethan Suplee yesterday was really fascinating. His insights on like just being very aware of what you're eating.
Yeah.
And also like the thing that he said about feeling crappy after drinking or doing drugs, but wanting to do it anyway, versus feeling good after going to the gym, but not wanting to do that. That really made an impact on me. And I know Marissa posted the video up on PrestonandSteve.com and WMMR.com. It's the Daily Rush.
Yeah.
If you missed it yesterday, his insights I thought were really profound.
I thought about it too before I had my first beer yesterday. And then I was like, man, you had a good round of golf today. You deserve that.
Yes,
absolutely. And you're going to feel lousy tomorrow.
But you drank that beer mindfully.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you enjoyed those sips.
You were driving along, you called some woman a dumb bitch.
She was trying to make a left in the right lane. I mean, come on. Anyway. All right, we do have to take a break because we got money to give away. It's Good Money It. So when we get back, that along with the bizarre file. So make sure you stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
WMMR.
Quickly, a couple of shout outs real quick. When did I get this? I got this Thursday, April 25th. So it says, hi, Preston. This coming Sunday is my birthday and my older brother's wife's birthday. Her name is April Spence Andrioli. And a shout out would be wonderful if you say, happy birthday, thanks. You guys rock. That's from Brian Andrioli from Gloucester City, New Jersey. So we are passing that along. And then another one, it says, hey, Presbo, it is so much great that you do this for the PNS community. I need to give my awesome, most amazing wife the juiciest of shout-outs, our anniversary of 15 years. is on the 24th. So I missed it earlier. We've had our ups and downs, way more ups and downs, but the downs were pretty down. However, love wins all, and we're stronger than ever. Our 3 kick-ass boys are proof of that. Shane, Ev, and Cam. Here's wet, brown, stinky, beautiful shark to my forever girl, Donna, and that's from Darren. So here you go. That's a good one.
Yeah. Wet, brown, stinky.
Wet, brown, stinky one. All right, we have Bizarre File stories, and we're going to share them now.
WMMR presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
Brought to you by Coors Light. Join the Preston and Steve Show for the official opening of the Jersey Shore, live from Keenan's in North Wildwood, Friday, May 24th, starting at 6 a.m. from our friends at Coors Light. Choose chill at the Jersey Shore. All right, this is messed up, but I'm going to lead with this. A Pennsylvania man allegedly shot and killed his own wife and daughter, told police that he was, quote, the best of the best when it came to his abilities with a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not what you want to share with the police if you've just killed 2 people. Roger Hanks, 76 years old, was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and related offenses in the deaths of Judith Hanks and Emily Hanks. And Hanks told police that he got into an argument with his wife while cleaning his Smith & Wesson 9mm handgun.
Bad time for an argument.
And told her, quote, if you keep up, this thing is going to go off on you. He then allegedly pointed his gun at her and told her that if she did not shut up and leave him alone, that he was going to, quote, plug her. His wife told him that he doesn't do anything and just sits in his chair, Hank told police. And he was upset that he wasn't eating food, or she was upset that he wasn't eating food she prepared for him. He claims that he pointed his gun at his wife's chest and it, quote, went off.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. When his wife fell down, Hank said his daughter went into a rage and came at him, so he pointed the gun at her chest and it went off again.
God almighty. All he's doing is pulling the trigger.
Hanks added that he frequently shoots at competition and is, quote, the best of the best when it comes to marksmanship.
You think the best of the best would know how a gun goes off?
Yep. He told police that he drank 2 beers and an Irish whiskey earlier in the day.
I'm the best of the best of alcoholics.
His gun and 2 spent shell casings were found at the scene after the pair. After shooting the pair, he reportedly called his friend and told him that his wife, quote, went crazy and that he had shot her, prompting to call the police. So it's messed up. And he's being held without bail.
I would imagine.
So he should be.
Even though he's the best of the prisoners.
What an idiot. Let's see. People are going to do all kinds of things in their quest for love and companionship, including using a billboard to advertise themselves. It's an unexpected tactic that Al Gilberti is using because he's tired of being single and he's willing to spend $400 a week on the roadside sign. The 70-year-old his 20-foot billboard in Sweetwater, Texas reads, "Lonely male can relocate Sweetwater. Seeks female marriage minded, enjoys karaoke."
You can hear the panties moistening up right now.
It also included a photo of Al. And
I'm lonely and I want a woman.
And says it's already getting him some attention. He's received more than 400 phone calls and 50 emails in the last 2 weeks.
I'm the best of the best with guns.
While the single guy says more of the calls have been from those interested in his money. He's not losing hope that he'll find Miss Right.
I don't have money.
So Al said he'd be willing to move anywhere in the country for the right lady.
Hey, you're looking for love. He's taking a shot. I get it. I think he could really benefit from using some googly eyes.
And he'd even go as far as the UK to be with the love of his life. He says he's a good listener, open-minded, in good shape, has retirement income, plus he knows what he wants in a partner.
I think his approach should be if you lived what is that, the billboard? If you
worked here?
Yeah. If you could read this, you'd be home by now.
Yeah. So if you could read this, you could sit on my face right now.
He said, I just want someone loyal. I want someone honest about themselves and someone sincere. That's going to be coming to something they really want to be in.
So we're looking at another picture of him. I would recommend a haircut.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like Filch from Harry Potter.
Thank you. I couldn't place it, but that's it. You're right. Yep. A gang of monkeys have taken action after posters appeared protesting their presence in a tourist hotspot.
Hey, it's the monkeys.
Hey. Oh, Jesus.
Monkey!
Laburi, Thailand is known for its rich history. We talked about this place before, but it has another draw for visitors. In the city, monkeys freely roam the streets, rubbing shoulders with the town's human inhabitants. With primate attacks increasingly common, tension between man and monkey is at an all-time high, and some want to see the primates gone for good. One group even put up signs protesting against the monkeys living there on April 21st, but an apparent counter-protest was launched at about 6 p.m. the next day when the primate population would typically turn in for the night. On this evening, though, an army of animals took to the streets, bit and tore down and destroyed more than 30 of the posters.
Tell me this is not Planet of the Apes.
It is. Fed up locals put signs up to show their dissatisfaction with the Thai Department of National Parks and monkey tourism. The banners called on officials to catch the monkeys and release them back into the wild.
Hey, ho, ho, those stinky monkeys have got to go.
Other posters question whether they drew in tourists to experience the city's history or to just look at the wayward apes.
Do the monkeys appreciate the city's history?
Labori relies on monkey tourism as a significant source of income and even hosts an annual monkey buffet festival.
We're predominantly a monkey tourism town.
And they have a monkey buffet festival on the last Sunday of November.
I mean, we look at one of the streets, it is just teeming with monkeys running across like a wild herd. What would you call a large collection or gathering of monkeys?
I guess
a pod?
I'm not really sure. But I like the idea of a monkey buffet. How do you like your monkey, Steve?
It's very good.
This sees a banquet.
I love my Texas monkey.
The buffet sees a banquet of fruit laid out among the ruins.
Well, is it a monkey buffet or a monkey banquet? I want to know how to dress.
It's the of the Phra Prang Sam Yat Temple to show appreciation for the town's apes. However, over the last few years, the monkeys have grown rambunctious. 2 years ago, a primate turf war brought Labori to a standstill as monkeys descended on the city center in search of food.
I'm going to the Ramada. They have bottomless monkey.
The collective noun for monkeys is troop of monkeys. Also acceptable, barrel. Carload,
there you go. Yeah.
Carload, cartload, tribe, and sometimes herd.
Tribe called monkey.
All right. It's after 10.
Oh!
That means we have to do this.
93.3 WMMR Philadelphia.
It's time for a Good Money It keyword.
All right, and that word is stake, S-T-A-K-E. You have until 15 minutes after the hour to enter it. There are 3 ways to do that. WMMR.com. You can go to the MMR app, or you can do it by texting to the special contest short code number, which is 45911. One random entry wins $1,000 in our company-wide contest. Each winner gets a call from Beasley. Make sure you answer your phone. Contest rules at WMMR.com. It's sponsored by McLaughlin Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Again, the word is stake, S-T-A-K-E. So make sure that you do enter that now. And after you're done entering that, or if you don't have time to do it, you can call for secret text word because we have to give that away now. So, Kathy, what number caller are we going to pick today?
4.
All right, the 4th caller at 215-263-WMMR. You need to know the secret text word. We'll come back, find out if you do. Get a winner. We'll get a random text when we come back as well. But we got trash, music, news, lesson, question. Those things are on the way.
Seeing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then last night as a sunset, sitting outside and just mild and comfy. Fantastic. So a couple of good days. Enjoy. We are searching for a number caller to win via our secret text word. We were looking for the 4th caller, and we have them on the line. It happens to be Ralph. We will go to Ralph. Hey, Ralph. Morning, bud.
Good morning, bitch.
Ralph, what is our secret text word?
That would be chopstick.
That's correct.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
What? No?
No, it's right. I was just trying to get you winning music, and never mind.
All right, Casey was holding up his finger to me, and I thought that meant that he has the correct word.
No, he does. He does.
Casey was holding up his finger, meaning that he...
You're number 1.
Was going, wait, because I have the winning music I'm going to play. But, Ralph, you hang on the line. We are going to set you up with our prize, a pair of tickets to see Dane Cook. You can restart this music. Dane Cook, Fresh New Flavor, Saturday, October 12th at the Met in Philadelphia. Tickets are on sale Friday at 10 a.m. via Ticketmaster. You can go to...
You click a button.
Well, Casey was just getting
click.
so mad. That's what I'm laughing at. I know it's frustrating. It's all good, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Go to WMMR.com for another chance to win tickets. Now, we had a random winner as well. And it's Michael Evac from Limerick, Pennsylvania.
Michael Evac?
Yeah.
He's out of here.
EVAK, I believe. Yeah. So he's evacuating. So, Michael, congratulations. You get those tickets to see Dane Cook as well. All right, we'll just keep the music going. And we'll give something else away. We got today's lesson question.
Take a breath.
4-pack of tickets and pit party passes for Monster Jam this Saturday at the Link. And the question I have to ask, absolutely have to ask you is, what 3-word phrase was yelled at Kathy when she was driving near Hatfield yesterday? 215-263-WMMR. Let's see if you know the answer to that. What 3-word phrase was yelled at Kathy
3-word phrase
when she was driving near Hatfield yesterday? 215-263-WMMR. And a little emphasis when you give the answer, please. We'll do the trash while you're calling in.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
Brought to you by Horizon Services. You can book your expert AC tune-up today to avoid costly summer breakdowns. Horizon Services. Help is on the way. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, Sonia Christopher, she's the first person ever voted off the show Survivor, who died at the age of 87, is going to receive a special tribute at the beginning of the new season. Many are already labeling this the curse of Survivor, noting that 87-year-old women just don't die of old age.
No.
Oh, my
God. Just doesn't happen. Diddy wants some of the claims of his sexual assault case dismissed because the laws didn't exist at the time he committed these crimes, supposedly. In fact, Diddy's lawyers are going even further by attempting to have the entire case tried during the Renaissance.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
See how that works. And Bob Barker's historic, beautiful estate was listed for $2.9 million, but just sold for almost $1 million more than the asking price. Apparently, part of the charm of the estate is that each bedroom is named after the Price is Right showcase model Bob nailed in.
Yeah.
That's your Hollywood trash.
All right, let's see if you know the answer to this. What 3-word phrase was yelled at Kathy when she was driving near Hatfield yesterday? Our first caller in, Justin. So we will go to him. Justin, good morning, sir. All right, Justin, what was the 3-word phrase yelled at Kathy in Hatfield yesterday?
I would never think of saying this, but you dumb bitch.
Yes! You got it, Justin. Thank you. Hang on. Got yourself a 4-pack of tickets and pit party passes for the Monster Jam this Saturday, May 4th, Lincoln Financial Field. It is the most heart-pounding monster truck event, an experience you won't forget. Monster Jam, as big as it gets, and you can see it live at Lincoln Financial Field this Saturday. Tickets on sale now via Ticketmaster. All right, music news time.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
I brought you some candy.
Brought to you by Monster Jam, the only place to see the legendary Gravedigger tear up the dirt. See racing, big air, and backflips when Monster Jam roars into Lincoln Financial Field on May 4th. Slipknot is celebrating the 25th anniversary of their debut album with the Here Comes the Pain North American Tour, with support from Knocked Loose, Orbit Culture, and Vended. Slipknot's self-titled debut album, released in 1999, was a game changer that catapulted the band to stardom and helped define the sound of 21st century metal. Tickets for the tour go on sale for the general public May 3rd, with a pre-sale for NotFest.com members starting today, and they will be playing August 10th in Camden, New Jersey, Freedom Mortgage
Very
Pavilion.
nice.
So they will be
Yes.
there. And there's also more Slipknot news. They revealed that their new drummer is indeed former Sepultura member Eloy Casagrande. The Iowa nu metal legends confirmed their newest addition's identity yesterday in an Instagram post that showcases their revamped outfits and masks.
I wonder if Eloy is his. It's got to be a stage name, right? Because the Eloy were the passive race in the Time Machine.
I don't know.
So
wasn't familiar. Casagrande's personal Instagram account is tagged in the photo alongside the accounts of Corey Taylor and co-founder Sean Clown Crahan and the other known members of the band. Still unnamed is Slipknot's current keyboardist, who joined the band in June of last year to replace longtime member Craig Jones. Casagrande joined Slipknot in February, replacing former drummer Jay Weinberg following his dismissal in November 2023. The band explained that the split with Weinberg was a creative decision in a since deleted social media post, and Weinberg responded in a statement of his own saying that he was heartbroken and blindsided by the parting. So Weinberg now drums for Suicidal Tendencies. Casagrande had abruptly quit Sepultura in February, shortly before rehearsals for the Brazilian extreme metal veterans' ongoing farewell tour. So some shakeups and movements and interesting things in the world of metal.
Steve, I don't know much about him, but it looks like that's his given name, his birth name.
How about that?
Boy, yeah. So and maybe he was named after that.
Maybe he was named after, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what his name was at birth. He started drumming when he was 7.
Wow. Jeez. Sammy Hagar got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame yesterday with his wife Carrie at his side. And he pointed her out during his speech as the, quote, most beautiful woman in this town.
Thank you.
As to how the marriage has been for the mother of his daughters, Kama and Samantha. Sammy said she's been holding on for dear life. It's like riding on a rocket ship being around me.
I like him a lot, and I'm glad he's got this. The guy has stayed the course over all these years and has gotten, more productive and more. I mean, look at the empire he's built, for crying out loud.
Yep. Guy Fieri and John Mayer also gave speeches at the ceremony, and Sammy said getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame is special. He said it's the final thing that you can achieve. So,
what if Mark Summers is in that group? Because Guy Fieri is right? Is a Mark Summers pal?
By the way, I got a text from Mark, and he's curious about us coming up to see his show.
We got to do it.
There's only like 25 shows left or something like that.
All right.
So we gotta make plans to get up there and see it. So
we'll do it the Friday before Memorial Day.
Yeah, let's do that.
Good idea.
Fans of the legendary Joni Mitchell are in for a treat. The Asylum albums, 76 to 80, is a remastered box set of her albums. Hajira, I'm not really familiar with Joni Mitchell stuff. Hajira, I mean, I know some songs.
Yeah, of course. Not album titles.
Don Juan's Reckless Daughter, Mingus, I like that.
Yeah.
And the live album Shadows and Light.
Mingus, you remember, is the Charlie, right? The jazz pianist. Charlie Mingus, right?
I don't know.
Am I right?
Maybe. Probably.
Does it have to do with the time machine?
There's so many people.
I don't know. I'm way off.
And there's a surprise from another legend inside. The liner notes are by Meryl Streep. Where she writes in part of Mitchell that her artistry leaves us, our cells change.
She was in the time machine, wasn't Meryl Streep?
The box set will be available in vinyl, CD, and digital editions June 21st through Rhino, by the way.
She was fantastic, Joni Mitchell, on the Grammys. She was seated. She had, God, who was the artist who has kind of really helped revitalize, not that she's a legend.
Carlisle?
Yes, was right next to her.
Yeah.
And just loved her, and she sang Both Sides Now. Beautiful.
By the way, Charles Mingus was an upright bass player.
Upright bass player, but he played it like a piano.
He played with Duke Ellington, Charlie Parker, Max Roach. I mean, all the greatest.
There you go.
Of bebop. Linkin Park is considering a reunion tour in 2025 with 3 of the band's members, Mike Shinoda, Brad Delson, and Dave Farrell. The band is possibly looking to hire a female vocalist to succeed the late Chester Bennington. Shinoda has been cautious about addressing the reunion rumors, telling Revolver magazine that the band will make any announcements on their official website when they have something to share.
I think maybe going in the way of a female, you would lose the immediate comparison to Chester.
Yep.
There are certainly rocking ass singing women out there, who are going to be able to deliver.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a nice way to do a tribute.
I think it's a great idea.
So I went to the Gorge Amphitheater two summers in a row to see Dave Matthews Band, and one of the guys that I went with is this guy named Josh. And the only reason I bring that up, Preston, is that his college roommates were freshman year or sophomore year were Brad and Dave from Linkin Park. And what he was telling me last summer is obviously they still mourn the loss of Chester, and but they're bored. They're professional musicians. They want to do something, and if it's a tribute act or if it's just a way to reflect on what Linkin Park once was, they'll do anything at this point. I don't know if there's a market for it or not, but who cares? They'd be out and touring.
I'm sure there is a market, and they probably miss playing those songs.
Exactly.
And there's Linkin Park fans out there that are missing the live
aspect
experience.
Of it.
Yeah.
All right, one last story. His new Deep Purple album coming out. Ahead of the July 19th release of their record, Equal One, the band released the first single, and according to guitarist Simon McBride, who officially joined the band in 2022, the single Portable Door was an easy one to create. And he said that it literally came together in 5 or 10 minutes. Literally. Deep Purple is playing shows in the UK and Europe for the first half of the summer and started a North American tour with Yes on August 14th in Hollywood, Florida. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I always forget about that.
I know, we have that.
I always forget about that.
Did you guys see the video Marissa sent about, sticking a straw in your armpit and blowing into it and getting fart sounds that way?
I did not see that, no. Can you do it?
I haven't tried it. I was like, we have to try this on the show.
I mean, the chicken fart, obviously, are the classic fart mechanisms. Straw under armpit equals fart.
I can't do the chicken fart anymore.
I used to be able to.
Yeah, I was really good at it. I was really good at it, too. Like, to where you could, like, squeak them out.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. I can't do it at all.
No.
I think it's because my pits got too hairy. I think that impedes it. Or there's, or my body chemistry has changed. Maybe it's less pity now under my arms and more.
Not too pity.
Not that pity
A little
anymore.
purple for you.
Oh, wow.
I
We have
got
straws here.
for everybody here. Take one and pass it around.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll try it. I don't think it's going to work. Nope. Not working. Is that working?
Yeah, it's working.
Get out.
Yeah, it is. Hang on.
Why did I know you could do it?
Here's your armpit.
Kevin Gunn is looking in here. We've won awards, Kevin. Oh, hey.
You got it. You made it.
Who was that?
That was me. All right, now I'm going to try it with the straw. Yes!
Wait, I think I got it. 1 second.
Oh, I get it. What are you doing? You're just putting it in the armpit?
Yeah, in your armpit.
It's not working for me.
All right, what other areas?
Is it working for you?
No, it's not.
No, Steve and
But
I can't do it.
My pits are very dry.
Can you tell me where this part of the straw goes?
I got you, baby.
Towards the back.
Got you, baby.
Yeah, I got you, babe.
Don't ever call me
Sound
that again.
like Gary Lauer for a second. I got you right there, babe. That's all good. It's all beautiful. It's beautiful.
Comes out the back?
Yeah,
Nick joined the party.
Hey, welcome to the fart party.
Can't do it.
You dumb bitch. Casey, you can't do it now.
No, he is.
No,
You got it?
Yeah, I can do
doing
it.
Is it coming out the back?
Yes.
The straw?
Yeah. No.
Then you got to flip it over.
It's
Stop
not
the straw in the middle of the armpit.
I can't do it.
Try middle of the armpit.
Try middle of the
It's
armpit.
not working.
Hey, what song am I playing?
Wait. Listen to Preston. Go ahead.
Kathy!
Yeah. Yeah! I'm the only one who can't do it.
I can't believe you signed up for this.
Here.
All right.
No, I signed up years ago to be on a talk show.
Name that fart.
All right, name this song.
Dun, 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 dun.
Come on, now touch me, babe. That one?
Can't you see that I am not afraid? What were those fart sounds that you made?
Oh.
Bam, bam. Why don't you tell me what you...
This is fun. This is a whole show.
Yes.
All right, can you
We'll do more Name That Tune with this.
Can you get a longer hose for your butt cheeks and see if you can do that? Because that's where this came from.
Wait. Kathy just ripped a wet one. Did you hear that?
That's it. Wow.
That's the best one out of all of us.
And she's laughing.
Kathy.
I never did any fart sounds in my armpit before.
Now you have.
Dude, it's hard because you make yourself laugh when you do it.
I'm terrible at this.
Casey, help Steve.
I'm so happy.
That's all right. I can do other things.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that Kathy
A
joined.
listener suggested we call it Name That Toot.
Yeah.
Name That Tune.
I like it that.
Kathy, do a song.
Oh, no.
Come on, Kath.
American Pie.
Yes.
Is that what that was?
No, I didn't do anything.
You did too.
It wasn't me.
A long time.
Oh.
All right, all right, I'm going to sing along. All right, ready? A long time ago, I can still remember how that music used to make me dance. Beautiful.
Wow. That was fun.
And I knew if I asked my pants.
Right. I could make those people dance.
And maybe they'd
Maybe they'd eat fiber for a while.
This is ridiculous.
She wants no part of this.
No part of this.
What did you suggest, Kathy?
You guys.
Okay.
No, you turned out to be the absolute Van Halen.
Yeah.
Of armpit solos.
Dare I say the Charles Mingus?
The Charles Mingus.
Yeah.
What Charles Mingus was to the player stand-up piano bass. You are to your armpit.
She's mad at us
I am.
because we made her laugh at a fart sound.
Well, we made her
Yes.
discover an ability she did not know she had.
Yeah, like virtuoso.
That's true.
I'm wondering if you shave your pits, right? It's not a big...
Yeah, laser. Their
Right,
hair's
so
gone.
so then maybe the really pristine nature of my pits kind of sit in the middle area. I got a little bit wispy hair.
Oh, maybe it's the hair.
Yeah.
Kathy's like the shoeless Joe Jackson of us. She was the best of us.
Yeah. If you fart it, they will come.
Okay. That's it in music news. Now let's get on to the latest rock.
Do you have the new version?
No.
Oh.
The new version.
Yeah, the AI Preston saying that.
Oh.
I don't like AI, Preston.
Scary?
We're not gonna play it.
All right.
But we are gonna take a break because we do have to do that. We'll come back in a second and we'll get ready to wrap the show up. We'll do the letter of the day for the Word of the Week prize. We'll find out what Pierre's got going on. Maybe he's gonna play with straws too. We'll be right back. Stay with us. 93.3 WMMR. We're just talking about that band. Considering, flirting with the idea of three of the guys getting back together and maybe adding a fourth member of a female to handle Chester's vocal parts. Don't know if that'll happen, but chit-chat that's going on, so interesting idea. 10:38 on this Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday morning. Had to do a double check there for a second. I would like to thank our one and only guest, Tara Cannistraci, who was on the show this morning. And we have two more pairs of tickets to give away to the show that she is in. It's Conklin's comedy night.
That's right, yes.
Joe Conklin, our old buddy, is there at Parks Casino for this. Casey's going to be at the event, too. So we'll take callers. I have 3 of these left, actually. So we'll take callers 10, 11, and 12. And we'll give you passes if you want to go to Parks tomorrow night. Hang out, do some gambling, couple drinks, comedy show. Good time. 215-263-WMMR. Call right now, and we can set you up with that. So we thank her for being on. I would like to reiterate once again, I said this earlier this morning, the Welcome Island Her Shoes event, which is coming up on Saturday. And it will be at the Pfizer campus in Collegeville. It's right across from the big shopping center where you've got Wegmans and Harvest and
it's a good area.
Dick's Sporting Goods and P.F. Chang's and all that. So it's right across the street from that. If that's in your area, sign up and join me. You can be on Team WMMR. I know it's last minute, but I totally failed this group and didn't give it enough attention ahead of time. But better late than never. You can go to PrestonandSteve.com, and if you can't be a part of the team, you can make a donation. We would appreciate it because Laurel House is an amazing organization. We want to do what we can to help them out. So just heads up on that. Then I guess
Kathy's Cuts?
Kathy's Cuts is on Monday, of course, and the information at PrestonandSteve.com as well.
Yes, and the 3 hair salons, Vibe Salon in Mount Laurel, excuse me, David Arnold Hair Salon in Jenkintown, and then Gravity Hair Salon in Ambler, which was the one that booked up first. I guess that's most convenient for people. We just had 2 cancellations, so there's 2 open for Ambler now as well.
What?
So just check all of them, wherever you want to go. Just check. Even if it's sold out, you can check back for any cancellations.
Excellent. Pierre is here. How you doing, man?
Good morning. My 85-year-old neighbor called me this morning and woke me up. And I said, is anything wrong? She goes, hooray, hooray, it's the 1st of May. Outdoor effing begins today.
What?
Your 85-year-old neighbor?
Are you serious?
I'm not serious. I mean, I'm not kidding. Hooray, hooray, it's the 1st of May. Outdoor, full word, effing begins today. I go, hello, and she started howling. And I go, all right, well, I Godspeed you, child.
Wow.
She your direct next door neighbor?
Right across the street.
Oh, that yeah.
And she's had some health challenges, but she pulled that one out.
I believe I met her at the one and only time I've ever been to your house. You had a party ages ago, like 18 years ago, and you always said invite your neighbors to your party. Always invite your neighbors to your party. That way they won't get mad about the fact that you're having a party and won't call the police on you. Yeah,
sure, yeah.
But I think she was there. I remember an older woman.
Yeah, she wears a lot of turquoise. She has enough bracelets to sink a battleship.
Is she the Buffett fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marty is her name.
Yes.
And she sets off alarms even before she gets through the airport stuff. I mean, it just the idea that the Sensoramas are going to be getting all the metal that's on her sets them off, and she hasn't even walked through them yet. She's quite a character.
Wow. All right, letter of the day, my man?
Yeah, sure.
All right, here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right, the Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by the letter
A is in Apple.
All right, and we will give away on Friday Pauhana Tiki Cruises, and it's for up to 16 people. Pauhana in Ocean City, New Jersey, is the only authentic Caribbean tiki boat experience at the Jersey Shore. It is the ultimate summer experience for celebrations of any kind, from relaxing day drinks to unique bachelorette parties. You can look for the big friggin' deal next week to try it for yourself this summer and save money, by the way. So we give that away on Friday. What's happening on the show today?
We are going to do a workforce. Well, we got Good Money, first of all. Good Money It coming at noon, 3 and 5 p.m. And then we have Bruce Springsteen in the workforce block, Godsmack, and either Jimi Hendrix or something else. I'm still working on the final piece of that puzzle, but it will be good. I can promise you that.
Awesome. Thank you, Pierre. And I want to thank our sponsors. President Steve Show brought to you today by Dunkin'. And the President Steve Show runs on Dunkin'. Also, Acme Markets, fresh foods, local flavors. And brought to you by Monster Jam. Monster Jam roars in Lincoln Financial Field Saturday, May 4th. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Tomorrow on our program, a Thursday, we will have local musicians Dave and Tim House in the studio.
Nice.
And they're going to be playing live tomorrow. So we'll get some music in the studio, which is always a wonderful thing. Never know, might end up in the MM archives like we just had a tribute to on Monday. That's it. We're done. Rage on. Have a great day. And we shall see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.